Hello, hello. Anybody there? Ground Fog was up in here early. Marco. Chaos Theory. How goes it, brother man? LC Buell. What's happening, man? Yeah, long time no see. Yeah, I get your Instagram messages. Haven't seen you on the YouTubes for a while. How's it going, man? And LC Buell, one of our channel members. Thank you very much. I have sound. Yeah, that's been a thing lately. I'm not sure if that was Verizon or YouTube or what was going on with that, but yeah, in fact, one time we had sound and no picture. Then a couple times we had no sound. Yeah, that's it's getting crazy out there. But yeah, pretty good. Been missing the channel because of, oh man, yeah, LC, I completely understand that. Hey man, if there's ever a time to spend some time with the family, by all means do it. You don't get those chances too many times in life, especially nowadays. Everybody's working like absolute crazy. But yeah, man, I totally understand with that. In fact, yeah, that's one of the mistakes I made in my younger days is too busy working on my skydiving career and couldn't get time for anybody or anything else. And yeah, one of my regrets in life. Yeah, probably should have spent a little bit more time with family. But yeah. Rugged Northeast, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. How goes it with you, my man? Chaos Theory's back in here. Chaos is always in here. We always appreciate him. Good man. Um, LC got a new EDC. I got kind of a new EDC too. Depends on what kind of day it is, though. Yeah, I got a new EDC. We'll bust that out in a little bit. But yeah. So how is everybody doing? Another Friday night, man. I think a lot of people are watching what's going on in Minneapolis. Yeah. You heard that right. That was yeah. We had to open a crack in a can because yeah, that's where we're at. I found a Swiss Army knife in the trash and it was rusted. Yeah, that's awesome, LC. Man, you're gonna have a whole kit for free pretty soon, man. And there's nothing like refurbishing, recycling gear. I'm 110% for that. In fact, I've got some stuff. If it sits around too long, I'm like, yeah, I'm just not going to use it. I'll find a new home for it. Um, Rob's Knives, yo, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? And yeah, there's a lot of cool upgrades for the Swiss Army knives. Yeah, especially some of that new 3D printed stuff. That stuff is awesome. Kind of makes me want to get a Victoria Knox, and just so I can have a little pocket bling, do it up proper. But yeah, there's man, I've got like a half a dozen. No, I've got like a dozen projects going on now. I got to finish the chest rig. I've been looking more into Kydex. That's going to cost a pretty penny, but we'll get there. And found a double XL Teton cot. Nice, yeah. Man, cots are nice. You just got to make sure you got some kind of insulation under them. Otherwise, it's kind of like a hammock, man. You just freeze without that underquilt. Cots are the same way. If you don't have some kind of insulator between you and that air, yeah, I've had a few nights. It was like, oh yeah, I didn't think this one all the way through, but I recently found a Gerber suspension on the road the other day. Where are you guys going? I got to start going where you guys go. Everybody's finding free gear. I'm like scraping nickels and dimes together to get gear. Not pennies anymore, though. Pennies are officially done with. Yeah, our economy is toast. They decided to do away with the penny. Did you hear about some of those places? They automatically started rounding up in their favor. Like they just rounded up to the nearest. It came out to like 96 cents, but they're like, oh, we're not going to charge you 95 cents. We're gonna round it up to the nearest buck. Yeah, of course it's those huge conglomerates, the Wally World and stuff like that. But we're not going to go down that road too much, though. But how can you avoid it? Has anybody here looked at a piece of gear in the last 6 months twice, and it's gone up in price, or maybe 3 or 4 times, and every time you look at it, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, they're always trying to get a little extra out of you. Yeah, oh man, I'll tell you, there's some silky saws floating around out there. We had some guys. When I was doing arborist work, um, Well, how to describe those guys? The they're getting paid minimum wage, and it's still really not worth it. But every once in a while, they'll grab a bundle of brush and drag it to the chipper, and then it's fun because you just, what are the odds? Maybe he's gonna slip and end up in the chipper. But yeah, I've seen more than a few tools bounce off the back of arborist trucks, work trucks. The pickup trucks, whatever, the chipper. Yeah, it was there when we were moving out, to the next job site. But yeah. But anyhow, I digress. So, anybody got anything planned for this weekend? Any hiking, biking, cycling, camping, bushcrafting? I don't know what else we're calling this stuff nowadays. But Squat Shot, welcome to the chat, man. How you doing tonight? Another awesome Friday night. What could possibly go wrong, right? So we'll see how this evening goes. The YouTube algorithm has not been very friendly to us lately. I think it's getting a lot of people. What is it now? Now they're all about the shorts again. They're not really pushing out the long form of the lives. And well, like I said, a lot of people are tied up in current affairs and what's going on. I don't know. I kind of played my hand at that a little bit, but I think more people get their feelings hurt than not. So. Oh, going to a museum with your wife. What kind of museum, Rob? I'm totally into museums, certain ones. Man, I think my all-time favorite museum I ever went to was the Infantry Museum at Fort Benning. I don't know why, I just found it overly entertaining. Just they also had like a future section, future arms and everything like that. That was back in the 90s. Still haven't seen any of that crazy future stuff yet, but yeah, if you know about Swiss Army knives, this is the one I found. Victorinox Swiss Army Multi-Tool Fieldmaster. Oh yeah, LC. I think I do. That's kind of it's more like a modern folder than a traditional Victorinox, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not completely up to par on Victorinox or that style of multi-tool. When like the Leatherman style multi-tool came out, I jumped right on that bandwagon and kind of never looked back. But yeah, man, I could definitely see him. I've looked at what is it? Corporal's Corner carries it all the time. It's a Victorinox. I think it's kind of like a Ranger model or something. And that's more like a modern folder. Yeah, new. It's about 50. Their stuff is reasonably priced. No doubt about that. It's not a museum, it's an aquarium. Yeah, they're a little bit different. Yeah, aquariums are cool too. Kind of, unless you're like a hardcore fisherman, then going to the aquarium is kind of like, oh man, if I could just get a pole in there, that would be the catch of the year. No, there'll be no fishing at the aquarium, guys. Oh, but the bushcraft dude said it would be fun. That's it. Bring out your Yoyito hand reel or your hobo reel or something. Have that stashed in your pocket. You might be able to get a cast or two in. My aunt gave me 200 in Bass Pro gift cards for Christmas. That's my plan this weekend. Right. Hey, Chaos, man. Don't forget, we were looking at the, oh, man. Oh, what's the name of the company now? Well, one of those, right? The monocular and the rangefinder, man. It's not bushcraft anymore. It's survival. Yeah, man, I think it's all the same thing. I just think it's been marketed. Yeah, it's not bushcraft. It's survival. It's hunter skills. It's some, man. Everything's got to have like a prestigious label and stuff. Like they've done that to everything, like skiing, rock climbing. Man, skydiving is like that. Everything's got like you've got your primary category like skydiving, then you've got your subcategories like crew, canopy, relative work, RW, relative work, that's standard belly flying, turning points and formations. Then you've got free flying, then you've got angle flying, and let's not forget wingsuiting. That's where the cool kids are at. Yeah, bushcraft survival camping. Man, I don't even know what to think of the whole setup anymore. I've been enjoying the comments lately that come through the channel. Get a lot of comments. I toyed around with the 5 Cs or the 10 Cs or the 14 and a half Cs or the 15Cs, whatever they're calling it nowadays. And it's kind of funny because you can do the like something exactly or similar to somebody, like we'll throw Dave Canterbury's name out there. You can do the same video and the responses you get it because you're a different person are like, oh, it's priceless. Or like, oh, you would never be able to survive like that. Like, you don't have anything for shelter. You don't have 2 garbage bags. But yeah, man, it's the 5 C's, not the 12 and a half C's. That's a different video. But yeah, I get a lot of that. It's quite entertaining though. And it's, I guess, everybody's been kind of programmed now to what bushcraft or survival is and all that stuff. Everybody's a gram weenie about it. Not everybody. I'm sure. I'm definitely not. I refuse to be the gram weenie in the crowd. But yeah. I forget what the video is, man. I did it like it's a short I did like a year and a half ago or something, just messing around. But yeah, I still get comments on it about I don't know what the hell I'm talking about or. Where some people are like, hey, that's excellent. That's spot on. Or, or yeah, there's no cover. It's like, but there's only 5. You're only allowed 5 C's in the 5 C's. So I put it together in my perspective with the key point being, well, I got like plenty of cordage and I've got a saw and I've got a knife. So my go-to would be, to build a natural debris shelter of some type. But no, they're all like, no, man, you got to have trash bags with leaves. It's like, man, I'm freaking camping. I'm not landscaping. But whatever. I guess that's a big, that is a thing. The heavy thick ply trash bags is all. I don't know who made that super popular, but man, it's super popular. Everybody's all about it. So I'm gonna be saving some money on gear. I'm just gonna start getting like trash bags. But no, realistically, I go with a 10 if I'm not using my 10, it's because something catastrophic happened. I don't know. With being a stay-at-home caregiver and babysitter and uncle, I'm slowly working to get a FOBOS. Yeah, man, it'll take time, LC. But hey, definitely worth it, man. They're still around. They're still available. So, and he's one of the few companies, knock on wood, that hasn't jacked his price up 50% in the past 6 months. But Sword Blade 666. How goes it? How are you, my man? Yeah, Bush. I'd love to fish again. Last time I went fish was when my dad was still kicking. Yeah, man. Yeah, Rob's nice. I'm with you. And they're not making it any cheaper either. Fishing licenses. Hey, just another tax we get to pay on top of all the other taxes so that we can support people that broke in. But hey, let's not go down that road already. Give it at least 5 minutes. Maybe the algorithm will favor us a little bit more. Or we'll just start ranting and raving about Minneapolis, and maybe I can get some of those, 3,000, 5,000 viewers or stuff like that. And from now on, we'll only be answering super chats. No, I'm just kidding. You see a lot of that out there. I don't know why, man, but yeah, like I haven't changed my thing. When like I've started watching some channels when they had like 2,000-3,000 subscribers, and now they're up around 500,000. Or, one of them was, I started watching him like 5,000 subscribers. He's, coming up on 300,000 now. And but when a channel gets to the point where they only answer super chats, that's when I unsubscribe. It's like, no, you're all set. You don't need the help of some little peon, and it's not all of them, it's some of them, but damn, you could take the time to like answer anybody's question other than, but hey, I guess it's like that modern gaming, it started off as pay to play, then it went to pay to win, all those browser games and stuff. I bet if I put up a GoFundMe about ice, I can make. Yeah, Elsa, maybe that's what I should do. I'll see. I should just put up a GoFundMe. Under the while being politically correct, whichever side has more money, we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, man, I think you're totally right. You could make some coin with the right GoFundMe. You just got to say you're just support the proper narrative at hand at the moment. Oh, Guppy Ghillie suit. Yeah, man, this is by Phobos Knives. These are actually both stock sheaths. So I just kind of rearranged the scout straps, the for scout carry, and piggybacked a tier one mini on a tier one BC, and voila, that's what you get. That's all it is. It's nothing super. I mean, it's a high quality sheath. Phobos Knives has some real high quality leather. Yeah, they're all handmade right here in the USA. But yeah, so you can see the two scout straps, and the other one was up here, up top, and the ferro rod was down lower. So I just removed the ferro rod, put the scout carry strap with I did them opposing. It's a carabiner thing, man, and then put the ferrocium rod piece up top here. This is just a Olight i3T2 EOS. Slid through the two scout carry straps, and voila, you have piggyback gorgeous happiness. Highly lovable, highly likable, highly functional. But hey, man, as a skydiver, you gotta just not do it. You gotta look good doing it. If there's a potential you can get hurt, if you're gonna go out there and do stupid stuff, look good doing it. If that's gonna be your last moment on the planet, at least match your gear, right? Um, yeah, but yeah, nice. Let's get into the knives a little bit. I got a new tool in this week. Can't wait to get on that one. But on the front here is the Tier One Mini in CPM 154 CM. It's got the black PVD coating, orange G10 liners with micarta OD scales, skeletonized on both sides there. Obviously, yeah. Come on, sure thing, Captain Obvious. We can see that. But that is the piggyback knife. It's got a 3.5 inch cutting edge on it. Great knife. Got a little bit of a finger choil too. So if you're gonna do some fine carving or whatever, awesome knife. On the back is I'm gonna say this is my favorite knife of 2025. The Phobos Tier One BC and Magna Cut. It's about 11 1/4 inches overall. Clearly full tang Magna Cut. It's got a bow drill divot there, so if you got to do a friction fire, and the bow drill divot goes all the way through to the tang. It's not just in the scale, so if you do need to use it, you're not going to cook out your scales in the process. As long as your spindles fits in there good, obviously if you've got the spindle resting on the micarta, it's going to cook that a bit. And then it's got a ferrocium rod notch up here. This little notch, pow, right there. And that's going to increase the surface contact to your ferro rod, and it turns it into a spark throwing beast. Um, yeah, I bet Chaos would donate a penny. A penny for your thoughts. How can you donate a penny? They're doing well. I mean, people still got pennies. You could probably find a small fortune of pennies just sitting around still. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, Americans struggling to pay our medical bills and grocery bills and all that. Meanwhile, the rest of the world living like kings off of us. Oh, that's getting beyond frustrating. I think that's the worst part about it. That's why I don't understand why there's so many people against it. Um, I don't know, man. It used to be like if if you protected a criminal, it was aiding and abetting, and probably a half a dozen other charges that they could come up with. But nowadays, it's trendy, and all the cool kids are doing it. Yeah, tell me both sides aren't in on it. Yeah, there's too many powers that be letting it happen. But yeah, so that is the Phobos Tier One BC and Tier One Mini piggyback system. We've also got the Exotac Fire Rod V2 on there. The V2 version, I think they just extended the ferro rod. It used to be a smidge shorter, like maybe an inch, 3/4 of an inch, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, that's what we got going on with that at the moment. Nothing super outrageous. Yeah, still rocking the tier one. Yeah, the not the tier one, the Calcula. Been using one of the two Calculas for EDC lately. But hey guys, I got the deal on that the Silky Nada 240. Which I checked. I looked it up today before the live and everything, and they are officially sold out of them. So you miss it. Yeah, they were like 40% off instead of like 98 whatever and change, whatever crazy price they had going, $99 and change. They were marked down to like 58.69. So I figured I'll pull the trigger on that. Ordered one. I thought it was going to take longer, but it actually showed up today. It wasn't supposed to be here until the 21st, so got it just shy of a week early. It's showing 9 people and only 6 lights. Come on. Yeah, exactly, guys. Yeah, help us get out there in the algorithm. Smash the like button and hit some emojis or something, or click the little ringy dingy thingy if it makes you feel good. Do it twice. But yeah, we definitely appreciate it. We gotta get this channel back on course. We've suffered a little bit of little bit of a speed bump there, I think, with the algorithm, and I think part of it was just technical problems. I had like 2 weeks where yeah, the sound was going out, and I wasn't able to start lives. It took like 4 or 5 tries. I did go back and delete all the tries that didn't go through, hoping that would help out. But yeah, we're definitely fighting the algorithm because we probably said something we shouldn't have here in the land of the free, where you're free to shut your mouth and only talk about what they tell you to. Um, but hey, we're going to call that terms of service. So yeah, we got the Silky Nada 240, which this is a first for me. Looking forward to trying it out. It definitely seems interesting. Oh yeah, and the unboxing, that came in a box. I took it out of the box. There's enough unboxings. Maybe I'll just steal somebody's unboxing clip. Like they'll just get somebody opening a box, and then we'll just transition to whatever. We'll use stock footage for the unboxing. But Guppy Gilly Sue for the 100. Thank you, thank you. Algorithm super stinky this week for me as well. I'm noticing an agenda, but I don't want to get into that so early. Yeah, Rob, that's exactly where I'm at. Like you can kind of like, there's a recognizable pattern, and I'll take full accountability. Like I definitely chose some conversations I may or should, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. We all had fun doing it. Everybody had a laugh with Alan's snack bar. We all love pulled pork sandwiches. Everybody agrees that like we should get a punch card. After 10 pulled pork sandwiches, you get a you get a free pass to the petting zoo where you can pet the dog or the pig of your choice. Yeah, but Alan's snack bar might not have been the brightest road to go down, but it's okay because hey, it is what it is. I guess we'll speak in code every once in a while. Is that the new saw I wasn't paying? No, Rob. This is actually the Nada, the Silky Nada. It's a chopper, man. It's let's see if we can get it in there. We still got the fancy protective plastic wrap and everything on there. But yeah, this is it's kind of like, it's a machete, but it's a chopper. It's like heavy it's like a woodland machete. It's the Japanese version of a hatchet. It's definitely got some weight to it. But I think I'm gonna try to bling it out a little bit. But Jacob Moore Outdoors, how you doing? Yeah, man. Yeah, Rob. These things are awesome, man. And it's if you're more like in a hardwood forest type area, like the northern states, northeast for sure. Yeah, this is kind of like the hardwood version of a machete. It's not quite as long, but it's got some weight to it. It's going to go through some thicker branches, not just the small foliage and everything. Tony Gilbert, how you doing? Boondock, New Hampshire, welcome back to the chat, man. How was your week, brother? Always good to see you, my man. I've been doing pretty good for as good as I can be doing. I mean, considering everything going on in the world. I think that's where everybody's at. Just trying to make a living watching everybody else get rich, that old saying. Or yeah, just man, watching the economy go down the pooper. Yeah, I've watched a bunch of stuff on the economy, on the stock market, on what brought us into this situation. And it's it's looking like it's going to be one heck of a ride, guys. So yeah, gear up. Make sure you load your mags. All that good fancy stuff. Be on the ready, stay alert, stay alive, head on a swivel, that sort of thing. Anytime you mention bacon or pork, Google and YouTube gets their butt hurt. I can't figure it out. I know, man. I can't figure it out either. But it's awesome. Mainly off grid. How you doing, my man? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing this fine Friday evening? It is good to see you. We are oh yeah, man, it's a beastly chopper for sure. Like I said, I haven't used it yet, but come on, let's be real, guys. It's 2026. If you can't find 100 videos and make a decision on the Silky Nada, yeah, I just don't know what to tell you. Um, it's that's another one I get. They're like, "Have you used that yet?" And I'm like, "No, really, I haven't actually, or minimal use." But based on the 100 recommendations, all right, here we go. We're gonna shut the volume off, otherwise it's gonna be beeping at us all night, and then I'll think nobody likes me for the next 3 days because my volume will be off. But then I'll have much to get caught up on. But anyhow, I digress. Back to the subject matter. Yeah. I think yeah, oftentimes a company's reputation can speak for itself. Like somebody will give me some garbage about like you haven't used that silky saw yet. It's like you're right, I haven't, but I used to do like disaster relief arborist work as well as some recreational pruning for entertainment value. I've used pretty much every silky saw on the market. I've owned multiples of the same one, especially the Silky Zubot 330 millimeter. I've probably, if I haven't owned at least a half a dozen of those, I haven't owned one. So yeah, I can vouch for the gear without beating up the one piece that I have. But hey, everybody wants it to be a Joe X, video. Sorry, man, I'm not peeling back the top of a car like a tin can with my knife anytime soon. It's something I've never had to do. I probably won't have to do it either. So I get it. We're testing for durability and things like that. But hey, man, if you want to go trash it nice for clicks and views, knock yourself out. I'm going to sit here in the real world. Um, just got done my live. Good to see you. Oh, that's awesome, man. I just missed it. I think I was kind of getting a few things together for this live. I try to make some lives as often as I can, but the more channels you connect with, the more difficult that becomes. Like if I'm not subscribed to 100 channels right now, I'm not subscribed to one, and I try to catch shorts and lives and videos, and there's only so many hours in a day, and there's probably maybe like 30 channels alone that they're putting out 24 hours of content a day, especially with couple hours alive here, couple hours alive there. Um, oh yeah, mainly which silky saw do you have? I mean, I've got a bunch. Man, I think I've got like 6 of them or something at this point. I've got like the Outback, the 170, the Gomboy 240, the Big Boy 3. Yeah, the Big Boy 360. I've got a Zubot 330. I actually just got rid of a 210 because I want to get the 240 medium tooth. Yeah, I got a couple toys I want to get. Um, Husqvarna, yeah, Husqvarna makes good chainsaws and stuff. But yeah, there's one thing I notice in the arborist world. Doesn't matter whether they're carrying a Husqvarna or a steel. As far as chainsaws go, they're all working with silky saws. Watch the world champion arborist, any serious arborist crew. I'm not talking about the one that jumped the fence and they're trying to get by. I'm talking like legit arborists. They're all carrying silky, every one of them. Yeah, should be able to send the thing to you soon. Oh yeah, Rob. Whenever, man, just let me know. If you want to email me, I'll send you my phone number and we can work that out. I made a Cheetos cheese ball assault weapon. Cheese balls don't go very far. but they pump when they leave the barrel is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I would I'd like to get in on that. Oh man, that's that. Why not Cheeto Wars? I've survived it all from the legendary paint. Not even paintball. Yeah, we had paintball in the '80s here in New Hampshire. It was invented in Henniker, New Hampshire, in '84. But yeah, the legendary BB and Roman candle wars of the 1980s. I'm a survivor, man. I'm totally down with the Cheeto War. I could get with that. Jacob Moore sent clutch for 30 joules. Thank you, Jacob. We definitely appreciate you, my man. Yeah, what is everybody using for chainsaws out there nowadays? Anybody using electric? I haven't met too many electric chainsaw users at all. Um, oh, Rob's man, oh man, I'll bust it out. Just a second, guys. I think I started playing paintball around 1986. It's just a couple years after. It's a dry paintball and completely edible. Yeah, man, totally. I don't know if I'd want to catch one getting launched from something though. That might get messy real fast. I have a paintball morale patch. They've only handed out around a half a dozen of these. But 30-year player lifer. And this is from AG Paintball. And they had like the 1 year, the 3 year, the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, and then they had some 30-year runoff because I guess some of us getting old, man. So yeah, 30 years of playing paintball back from oh yeah, when they were like one shot pumps and yeah, all the way auto cockers, auto mags, angels, and then into the mag fed realm. And yeah, man, I love paintball, man, especially in this modern world. There's so many mouthy kids out there, you can't do anything about it. But you can get their parents to bring them to paintball and sign a waiver. Then you can light them up like a Christmas tree. Hey, it's all, like they signed a waiver, right? um, it's hardcore shit, man. Right on. I played for over 10 years, but got a bunch of gear stolen from me at. Oh, no, no kidding, huh? Oh, yeah, that's man, I think I'm pretty sure I know that place too. That's I only go to AG is I played like 98%, well, like 90% of the paintball I've ever played was at AG Paintball. And then like 9% of it was like backwoods games. And then like 1% I actually played at some odd random field or something. Oh, what kind of knife are those? I have Chinese ring daggers in my purse. There's a photo of me a week after a wall of death where I got shot 10 rounds each from 10 guys. I was so purple and blue. It was awesome. Yeah, man, you can't beat a good game of paintball. Well, hey, we don't have any Chinese ring knife dagger thingies, but hey, we got a Japanese nata, and it's shiny and new and pretty, and it's absolutely beautiful. But hey, I think this is gonna end up getting shipped to Berkel's as well. It's just a little bit too pretty. We could Cerakote it. Yeah, we could do some cool stuff with it. And then I'd like to make some kydex with it. I've been doing my homework on the kydex as well, guys, and that's one of my 2026 goals is to start up the kydex. So we're working on it, trying to finagle some numbers, trying to see what it's going to cost, and but yeah, man, even if it's a Christmas present, man, we're gonna make kydex. It doesn't matter if it's a Christmas present and it's butt ugly. We're gonna have some homemade kydex here because I once had a dream, and I'll tell you, kydex is that dream. I kind of been geeking out watching some of the videos, doing some research on some parts, and um, yeah, Rob, American made kydex right here. It's gonna come right out of here in New Hampshire. Yeah, we're gonna make some American kydex. I'd like to specialize in doing custom kydex for Phobos, like for existing customers. You know, somebody that just wants to put a little extra bling in their kit because I'm all about that. So yeah, that's in the plan still. I'm hurt, Dex. Grumpy. Who's grumpy? Or did I miss yeah, I hope everybody has a great and wonderful night. Red Bull Princess. Hey, man, I used to I miss working with Red Bull. I really do. Red Bull was a lot of fun. Do you work with them or do you just run the screen name? I know there's a lot of Red Bull princesses. Yeah, they go around with the little Red Bull cars, take great pictures with customers, look outstanding in bikinis most of the time. But yeah, man, I used to. I miss working with Red Bull. They're a good time. Red Bull does a lot of really cool shit these days. Yeah, Red Bull's been doing cool stuff for a lot of years. Go Fast used to be into it quite a bit too, but I think they got overrun by yeah. Yeah, I think they didn't do as much marketing. I think that's kind of what became of that. Sorry, write a name. Oh no, no worries, Neil. No, Grumpy sent me his old AeroPress and a hammock that needs a little bit of fixing, needs a little bit of sewing work. So, yeah, I thought it was Grumpy. I was gonna make it a point to thank him as well. Yeah, I buy a lot of stuff from Go Power Sports. They make cool stuff for mini bikes and stuff like that. Yeah, I haven't bought anything for mini bikes, just mountain bikes. I've bought a lot of Fox, Troy Lee Designs. They're kind of more like a West Coast maker. Um, Saw a man launch a trophy truck over a town. Red Bull dudes are different. Yeah, Red Bull dudes are definitely different. But hey, it's all about the game. Yeah, Red Bull, they've got some outstanding extreme sports athletes. They definitely put a lot of money into it. They sponsor a lot of different things, a lot of wingsuiters, a lot of motor. Yeah, what wasn't a Red Bull that sponsored? Wasn't it Travis Pastrana that got the record for driving up Mount Washington here in New Hampshire? Which is insane. If you've ever driven up that road, to see the time that he gets on it is just some next level craziness. Yeah, Fox is all over. They used to make helmets and stuff too. I don't know if they still do. Yeah, I know some of the companies sold out. I've kind of been off the market for a lot of things for a while. Like Dakine used to make some nice mountain biking stuff, and then they sold out. All the quality of their product just went downhill. And I wasn't comparing like an old model to a new model. It was the same exact model. It was the Dakine Nomad cycling pack, mountain biking pack. And I had one for like 6, 7 years. It was great. It was faded and whatever, but everything still functioned. All the zippers, all the stitching was still good. But it was like really sun faded. And somebody decided to replace it on me. Um, and like got the new one and took my stuff out of the old one and put it in the new one and threw away that nasty old backpack that was still in better condition than the brand new one. So yeah, it happens all the time. I think that became like a business model here in the U.S. for some reason. Like, hey, let's build a business up, make it worth a whole bunch of money, and then we'll sell it off overseas. And so they build up their reputation, their quality, all that stuff, and then they just sell out. I saw this video that made a dude use magnets for the bike suspension. Oh, Tony, I saw that as well. Yeah, he used like the reverse polarities, right? So rather than having the magnets come together, like the opposing, yeah, they had the opposing poles. So it was, yeah, that was cool. That was yeah, exactly, yeah, that was a great video. But and then me being a lifelong cyclist, first thing I thought was, how much does that weigh? Like, what's the sacrifice there? Like, yeah, it's less likely that parts are going to wear out, but You know, if you got to add like 12 pounds of magnets, you're not winning. Yeah, Travis Pastrana is a wild man for sure. Yeah, he's definitely been around the block a few times. Jimmy Johns is part of a conglomerate now. Yeah. Oh, Tony, I wish I had a velodrome near me. I don't. I'm more like a um man, I go both ways, I guess. I'm a roadie and a mountain biker. Like I don't I love how we play with words on this channel. You should have been here last week when we were talking about saws. It got raunchy. Can you say raunchy on YouTube? I don't know, but I just did. Yeah, man, I'm more like a and like an extreme endurance rider. Like man, riding a century is the minimum. Man, I think I was like 14 or 15, 14 when I rode my first century, and there's just something like a runner's high isn't just for runners; it's for cyclists too. Yeah, when I worked there, it was heart and soul. Now it's just files and toasted subs. He's just sweat and suffer in the JJ now. It makes me sad to see it. Yeah, man, I think that's all restaurants have gone downhill though. They're all suffering from the same thing. Yeah, increased prices, lower portions, and then quality of service. Even a lot of the servers or waitresses or whatever the designated title for them is this year. Because I know waitresses was offensive, waiter or waitress. It got broiled down to servers, but anyhow, yeah, they're kind of not as happy and as peachy as they used to be because, well, they're just not making the money they used to for obvious reasons. Like me personally, I could go completely without eating out. Like Quiznos, yeah, don't they make sandwiches kind of like Subway, right? Like man, I can make a sandwich. I can take different things and put it on bread, give it a fancy name, and then yeah, just wrap it up in some fancy colored paper, and there's your fancy sandwich. But yeah, yeah, isn't it like the Subway foot long now that used to be like $5 is now like 16.99 or something. Yeah, last Quiznos around here closed in like '09. Nice, nice chaos. What'd you have for dinner, man? I had burgers tonight. I love burgers. There's a sandwich for you. It's a hot sandwich, but it's still kind of like a sandwich, right? Two pieces of some type of bread material with some meat and some other stuff in the middle of it. Hot sandwich, cold sandwich, and then you could even start off as an open face sandwich, which I recommend. Then you're keeping your greens away from the heat, keeping them crisp. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, my sister worked at Quiznos. The place is nasty. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Rob verifies it. Yeah, burger is definitely a sandwich. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yeah, but it's like level two sandwich, not for beginners. I understand it gets a little confusing. Yeah, hot dog is a sandwich. Most definitely. Some places call a taco and a burrito and it could. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that at all. Yeah, tacos and burritos can very much be sandwiches. In fact, isn't a burrito just like a wrap, just with some beans and stuff in it? Yeah, even if the bread doesn't get all the way, it's technically a sausage on a roll. I agree with that. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think tacos are for sure. What else? Yeah, a wrap is a wrap. Um, in fact, I'd go as far to say is if you take two slices of pizza and invert one of them, then you've got a pizza sandwich because you've got bread and then some. You got some sauce, whatever for toppings and stuff. I think yeah. So I guess in a way, a calzone is actually just a sandwich, isn't it? It's like a calzone is a manly version of a hot pocket. Why eat with a clown at McDonald's when you can dine with a king? Yeah, Joe Mac. I don't know. I don't need any of that. I can't. Yeah, no McFatties, no Burger Rat. Yeah, they just wow, they give me some serious indigestion. That would be a gross understatement, actually, but yeah, especially their fries. It doesn't take like McFatty's got like that 19 ingredient fries, all to trick you. Just like how do they trick you? Like with that, all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. It's like 30% soy and like 12% fillers. Yeah, the McDonald's play on that was yeah, they own the company that makes their beef patties for their wannabe sandwiches, and the name of the company is All Beef. So it's kind of like the Sawzall. It's kind of like, it's a reciprocating saw. Many people make it, but it's become like the generic term. So by using the name of the company All Beef, yeah, that's how they get away with saying it's all beef when it's like barely half beef or something. Don Ray, how you doing, channel member? Welcome to the chat. It is good to see you. Any local goat sightings lately? There's like a wild goat that lives around Don Ray, who's becoming internet famous. Joe Max shrimp and mussels marinara. There you go. I remember when they got sued for serving kangaroo. Yeah. Or like remember that whole Monopoly scam? Like everybody was playing the Monopoly to find out that all the winning pieces were like taken by the organizer guy or something. Yeah, look into that scandal. That's awesome. And I think the biggest McDonald's scandal of all time is you go there thinking you're going to get an ice cream, right? But the ice cream machine never works. Always broken. That's the old bait and switch or something. Yeah, beef is any part of a cow. Oh, right. Yeah. Beef. Well, yeah, it's mostly any part of the cow. I mean, the fat would be a difference, but yeah, I'm not going to split hairs on that one. But like soybean is not beef, and that's what their burgers predominantly are made up of. But like I said, they get away with it by calling the company All Beef. Um, All Hanson. No, they're not all new. Some of them I've had for a while. Some of them have gotten some decent usage. Yeah, but I do remember you coming in here. This is brand spanking new, man. I just got this in the mail today. Still has shiny plastic cover on there. There's no fraudery going on here. I'm in New Hampshire, not Minneapolis. He's got jokes. Yeah, this thing is brand new, man. I just got it in the mail today. Absolutely new. Yeah, the ice cream machine has always been working at the one I go to. Um, and I go there a lot. I don't know how you do it, Rob. You got to have like a steel lined stomach to eat that stuff a lot. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I think it's something. It's like an acquired taste over time. The company that makes the machines made them break for the lawsuit. Yeah, yeah. I've seen stories of people have been shot over there. Yeah, chaos. I've seen that as well. Denny Blazer, sad. I'm not sure. Sad about this. Sad about that. I might have missed something. Fill us in, my man. Yeah, Burger King makes a good shake. It's called the coffee shake. That's pretty good though. No, I have IBS, dude. I eat McDonald's and I suffer, but it's very. Yeah, I think that's just the salt and stuff. They like. Yeah, they do have the. Yeah, it's supposed to taste good. I don't know. I like homemade food better. Like Miss Bushcraft though, she'll eat a Big Mac. She will. I can't. I'm like, no, I will make one at home. And like they crossed the line too. Anybody see those videos where the the burger slices, whatever you want to call them, the little burger chips, they're actually thinner than the pickle. Like, sorry, that's the whole point of it's the beef. Well, like anybody remember the little lady? Where's the beef? With the Wendy's thing. Like they put beef on their burger, but yeah, I think shrinkflation has officially terminated all of that stuff. Like, it's just not a good deal anymore at all. Um, yeah, when they're charged, it's like $15.99 for a Big Mac McMeal, whatever they want to call it. The Happy Meal for grown-ups. It's just kind of like it's not even. You can go to like the 99 or an Applebee's or one of those type sit down restaurants and get better quality food for less money. Yeah, I think fast food's on its way out. This is like the Demolition Man. Anybody seen the Demolition Man? Yeah, the Great Fast Food Wars. Is Taco Bell going to be the only survivor? Yeah, White Castle is the most consistent. Plus, the cups are huge for drinks. I haven't had White Castle in forever. I think last time I had White Castle, I watched Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, and we're like, dudes, we should go to White Castle. Therefore, we did. Yeah, Wendy's in my area is like the most ghetto establishment. Yeah, Rob's. The Wendy's here is just it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the manager there, we grabbed a little Wendy's a couple years back, and the manager there was busy popping pills because he had a back problem, which really I didn't go there to hear about his back problems and his prescriptions. He also has like agoraphobia, like he can't handle social situations. He has social anxiety, the whole nine yards. And I'm like, dude, you're the manager. Like, who's the moron that hired somebody that can't deal with people to be the manager? Like, isn't that most of your job? Like, you're there to allocate out responsibilities to employees as well as deal with any distraught or unhappy customers, and you suck at both of them. But yeah, some moron somewhere decided let's hire him to be the manager. Um, they have a Harold and Kumar meal at White Castle. Yeah, Tony, that would be worth going back to White Castle for a Harold and Kumar meal. Is it feed the whole family though? Is it the ultimate order that they? I can't even recall whatever it was. Like 50 sliders, 5 large drinks, 5 onion rings, 5 large fries. Why is everything happening in Minnesota as if the only one state in the country has illegal workers? Yeah, that's the whole thing, All Hanson. It's not just happening in Minnesota. It's happening in Portland, Maine. It's where else is it going on? It's going on in Ohio as well. It's going on in Texas. Oh, they're going after. Yeah, it's going on in Massachusetts. There, the mayor of Boston. It's not just Minneapolis, and that's part of the problem. But one of the common factors is it is predominantly the Somalis that are involved in a lot of this. It's them in Minneapolis. It's definitely them in Ohio. It's definitely them in South Portland, Maine, and other parts of Maine. Hell, one of the guys in Maine was the Lewiston massacre that happened up there. The Lewiston shooting. I think there was like 18 or 19 people that were shot by some mass shooter, and they collected millions of dollars for it. Well, one of the people collecting the money was a Somali who sent it back to the militia that he's trying to fund so that he could be like president of Somaliland, or whatever they're calling it, however they're dividing it. So yeah, it's not just Minneapolis; it's all over the place. It's gotten to be quite a problem. Uh, yes, it's their exact order from the movie. I wonder what that costs. I wonder what that costs on this economy. The exact order from the Harold and Kumar movie at White Castle. Um, yeah, well, it depends. I don't know. It depends what news feed you get, and it depends on if you actually start searching it. Like most of the stuff, they just want to brush it under the carpet so they can keep laundering their money. But yeah, it's going on in all the places I said. And not to mention the issue with Dearborn, Michigan, which is another problem with Islam thinking they're going to come here and take over. But yeah, most definitely South Portland, Maine, Ohio, Massachusetts. Like Washington State as well, a few other places. Um, yeah, it's legal to not have a passport. It's just illegal usually to pass like countries' lines without a passport. Like to leave your country, you need a passport. To enter somebody else's country, typically you need a passport. Unless you're from Africa or something, then you just go to whatever country you want and collect thousands of dollars every month and never contribute anything. In fact, a lot of them they burn their passports and stuff. They'll keep their passports to safely travel up to like the U.S. border or whatever country they're trying to get into, and then they do away with their passports and say, "Oh, I have nothing." and then they just disappear into the countryside. Supposedly, it cost between $130 and $150 to make the Harold and Kumar order. In the movie, it was like $23. Yeah, yeah, Boondock. That sounds about right. Yeah, make it sound like the deal of the century. Like you can get all that for $23, and then when you get there, they're like, "Yeah, that's gonna be a buck 50, decimal point 00." Yeah, you can enter any nation except the Vatican without a passport. Yeah, you need a passport or visa like a work or student visa. Yeah, I ordered it years ago. It was like $29 back then. It's probably 50. Um, yeah, in fact, there's an expiration date on passports. Like they expire. Like if you haven't used it in so long, they expire. You have to like renew it like your driver's license. But I don't know, man. They're restricting everything so much. Like that new smart ID thing. Those are a pain to get. I don't really understand all that, but yeah. How about if there's a court date, make sure you show up. Are they messed up or what? Oh yeah, you don't have to show up to court anymore. At least if you're the Clintons. Yeah, they were subpoenaed to court. Decided they just weren't going to go. Send a letter or something. Yeah, I guess rules for thee, but not for me. Boy, all these new shitbag imports. Um, love states that start with M. Yeah. Yeah, the whole chip in the ID. Yeah, they're keeping track of everything we do. Um, well, heck, yeah, man. In the '80s, they would always tell us, "Oh, eventually they're gonna have a chip. They're gonna put it in your hand, or they're gonna put it behind your ear or something. They're gonna implant a chip, and they're gonna know everything." They didn't have to. They just got everybody addicted to smartphones and smart TVs and laptops with cameras, and now they've even got yeah, like smart refrigerators that they can show you the weather and they can show you ads every 2 minutes. Yeah, that new Samsung, it's like starts at $1,800. You can get a refrigerator so they can throw more ads in your face. And probably a camera to keep track of everything you're doing, everything you're eating, every time, you try to play ninja with a big knife in the kitchen, they're going to be like, "Oh no, you can't do that." I'm not the only one that plays ninja in the kitchen with the big knife, right? Like, you got to be cool like that. Um, yeah. I have to renew mine. They last 10 years, and you can renew it more easily within 5 years of expiration. Gotta get a colonoscopy if it's longer than that. Yeah, pretty much, Boondock. Yeah. All right, Don Ray is taking off. Thanks for hanging out. We definitely appreciate you being here. Have an awesome weekend. If I don't see you, I'll probably see you Sunday. If not here, I'll see you over at Grumpy's or something, or somewhere. I'll definitely see you somewhere. You're not cool unless you play ninja in the kitchen. Everybody knows that, man. You need a couple of shurikens, some foam padded nunchucks for safety, and nobody can afford a katana anymore. So you just, yeah, you bust out that 10-inch chef knife like it's your katana, and the sharpening rod becomes your sai. Oh, the big blade, like this one or the one over here. Yeah, this is just a Silky Nada 240. I got to get a bigger space. I'm trying to figure out how to do the dual screen thing that YouTube just came out with, but I got to find like some webcam app or something. It's a process. Yeah, that's that. The Silky Knot. It's kind of like a machete hatchet. The big blade on here is the Phobos Tier 1 BC. It's actually got a 5-inch cutting edge. It's a full tang magna cut with a attitude adjuster at the end there, less than lethal. It's got the bow drill divot that goes all the way through to the full tang. And right here is a ferrocium rod notch. There's a little Phobos logo. Of course, proudly made in the USA, right in Tennessee. This one could use a little bit of cleaning up, but whatever's clever. So have a good day, man. Denny Blazer, how you doing? Um, yeah, vanilla chocolate or cookies and cream. Tough choice for me. Rob, I would do a scoop of each. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rob, when it comes to something like that, yeah, you just gotta, yeah, variety is a spice to life, you know? Gotta try it all. Yeah, yeah, Phobos knives are the bomb diggity. It's what I've been rolling with. Man, I switched over to Phobos knives in like 2019. Haven't looked back, and for my near future, I'll still be using Phobos knives as my knives, my fixed blades, 100%. Just love them. The fit and function. Yeah, everything about them I enjoy. Um, yeah, just getting caught up on the comments here, guys. Ba-dum-ba. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed Phobos knives. I've still got some things I most definitely want to do with Phobos knives, make a few changes. And then I've decided, I've officially, yeah, I know I've already said it, but I'm 110%. It's somehow, some way, getting into making Kydex. I've priced out getting some stuff done. And it's like, geez, by the time I get everything done, I could just invest in my own Kydex building kit. So I'm just going to, and the cool thing is if I want, I can certify them airborne worthy. So if you decide you want a custom Kydex sheath that you can take skydiving or on airborne ops with you, we can hook you up with that too. How many other Kydex makers can do that? I don't actually, to the best of my knowledge, none, zero, zilch, nada. Um, so yeah. Anybody else got anything planned this weekend? We know. Well, Rob, you're going to the aquarium, right? Where we're not going to do fishing. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna try to throw up another live tomorrow. Probably around the two. I'm thinking 2 p.m. sounds about good. We'll run about at 2 p.m. Gonna start working our way into doing some membership lives. The thing is, I think you have to have like 10 active live members, and I think I'm at like four. It's kind of gone up between like 4 and 8 and back and forth. Yeah, so we'll get there though. Yeah, I for sure won't steal and eat any fish. Right, well, hey man, that's maybe they got a polar bear there. That's not a fish. I don't know how good eating a polar bear is. It doesn't sound right. They're most likely protected too. So yeah, Kydex is something I'm going to be looking forward to doing. Something I'm going to try to get into the channel. Try to do some building. I don't know. Based on the economy and everything like that, I'm not really planning anything outright. It has become like technically impossible to plan a formal budget of any type. Right when you think you got it figured out, the bills just go up and the income goes down. So, yeah, we're going to be rocking the tabletop for a while. I mean, I'm going to definitely get out and do some stuff in the spring. But we'll see what happens. I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to allow my optimism to turn me into a bullshitter, if that makes sense. Like I'm very optimistic about doing everything. I try to kind of put together some plans, but it seems like the plans fall apart quicker than you can make them. So, yeah, it's a weird world to live in right now. Actually, sell Fisher. That's awesome. Um, yeah, Bass Pro doesn't like it when you try to fish there. Oh yeah, well, Handsome Man, and it's not even, if you look into it, it's not even what we're using anymore. It's not inflation. It's we gotta pay for the rich. Yeah, all those data centers that are going up all over the place. That's part of the big beautiful bill or the new crappy plan. I don't know what they're calling it. But yeah, there's a lot of places where the electricity is like, yeah, like 70%, 80% is towards they're calling it infrastructure and stuff like that. But really, what they're doing is they're milking the average residential person to pay for data centers, and they're doing it behind everybody's back. And while everybody's struggling to pay their bills, they're figuring out new ways to charge us more. Yeah, yeah, there's the data centers use a bunch of water, and there's issues with that, with heating up the water, because it heats up when they cool stuff down. And yeah, there's a lot of issues with what's going on with these data centers. I'm not 110% on top of it, but that's the synopsis. There is, yeah, it's the data centers that are causing everybody's electric bill to go insane. In fact, most stuff that's going up in price has nothing to do with has nothing to do with tariffs. It has nothing to do with supply chain. It just 110% greedflation. The second somebody says inflation, certain companies just start marking up their prices. So, Nice Blades just subbed. I have a gun channel myself. Oh, nice, nice. One arm bandit. Thank you for subscribing. And man, you're a braver person than me. I wouldn't risk a pew pew channel right now. I watch a few here and there, nothing real specific anymore. But man, yeah, the amount of crap you guys are getting from the algorithm, like that's a tough game to play. So yeah, man, hats off to you. Yeah, seriously, why make a literal swimming paradise if you don't want me to dive in and hang out with the fish? It makes sense to the rest of us, Rob. In fact, yeah, probably everybody wearing flannel and a mullet right now is in full agreement with you. Man, there's water there, and you want me to like? It looks like a swimming pool, son. Um, haven't you been here before? I remember that name. Um, yeah, I don't. Man, I've watched a lot of the YouTube people, like just even like Hitchcock and stuff like that. Man, he's cut so much slack. Um, like yeah, they're constantly like demonetizing videos, and you can't do this, you can't do that. Yeah, the rules are endless with that gig. I don't know. I opted not to do it. I'm like, oh, I'm probably taking a chance enough with having knives out and stuff. Yeah, man, the algorithm can be unforgiving. Yeah, Trump used the song Purple Rain without permission in his campaign. He was told not to. Prince was from Minnesota. Yeah, I think it all depends on yeah, when you've got a smaller channel, they'll let you get away with a bunch of stuff. It's when there's people, like as your channel gets bigger, like if you're not monetized yet, they're really not even looking at your channel. You got to do something pretty messed up to get them to look at your channel before you're monetized. In fact, you can have somebody can file a report on you. Like in my case, somebody filed a stolen content, like copyrighted stolen content. They filed that report. And I don't know exactly when it was, but I didn't find out about it until I put in the application with Google AdSense to get my channel monetized. And then I got a letter back, like, a week and a half later saying, wah, 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 you've been denied. Like, not qualified. Back to the RTR 10, son. You're not getting none tonight. Yeah, and then I had to put together an appeal and jump through some hoops. And the funny thing is, anybody watching my videos, they're like, not only would I not use somebody else's content, but damn, son, I don't know how. Like, even if I wanted to steal somebody's content, I wouldn't even know how to do it. Like total tech tard, yeah, that would be me. So yeah, so it took me more than like an extra like 4 or 5 weeks to get my channel monetized. So yeah, my first video got about 1,500 views in 15 hours. I guess that's it. That's it. Yeah, hey man, that's great, man. I know people that put videos out and like 2 weeks later they got like 9 views. It happens, man. Yeah, so yeah, if you're getting those kind of views, like yeah, absolutely awesome, dude. Hard to believe that Trump once won a swimming contest. Yeah, man, that's not hard to believe, man. Man, sports are so bought out. I mean, who's to say you could buy out a swimming referee? Not like his family didn't have the money to pay for it. Yeah, anything's possible. That's where I'd put that in that category. Um, yeah, what Arm Bandit have only posted a few shorts, but it's mostly about my firearms too. Yeah, yeah, Chaos has done a few shorts and stuff as well. Yeah, no short on that strong Gerber strong arm yet though. I'd like to see you do a first rate winner video with the Gerber strong arm. Yeah, before he was born. Yeah, that's in fact Chaos. I would go to Canva and you can hire people to do all kinds of stuff there. I would hire a high end editor and I would come out with the most amazing short ever with the Gerber strong arm and just be like, it's so amazing and wonderful and cool. Everybody wants one. All the cool kids have a Gerber strong arm. It's the best knife in the world. There's never been a knife so cool as the Gerber strong arm. You could get a little jingle going, like throw some coin into it, get an orchestra in there playing some violin and stuff. Make it great. What the hell am I talking about? Um, but yeah, the Gerber strong arm is I have a car 816 rifle. It's the one I post the most. That's awesome. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely up to par on all the new variants of the all the different AR platforms and all the different yeah, I kind of I don't know. I've never been that into it. Done plenty of shooting in my lifetime though, but I just don't get if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Once I got something going, it's good. I used to get a lot of my ARs. I used to get the company Bushmaster out of Maine. Just because I'm right next door in New Hampshire, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Um, yeah, Trump won the swimming contest before. Yeah, it's made by the same guy that makes the HK 416. Yeah, at least my strong arm was made in America, unlike most of the knife Illuminati's Chinese crap. Hey, chaos! When you're right, my man. Um, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we're not big fans. I'm gonna start calling it like Dragon Country or something because I think that's one of the other ones. I don't know why, man. They just want everything to be rainbows and unicorns and happy foo foo stuff and but yeah, yeah. Not a big fan of supporting Dragon Country. But and it's weird the amount of hate that I catch because man, I love pooping on poo poo Chinese knives because they're all poopy and yeah, that's it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just know too many people that fought communism in my lifetime so that we can turn around and finance it. So I've never been a fan of supporting China. It just seems like they overtook everything. Oh, that's right, because the boomers sold us out to them. Gotta always think of that. Huge determining factor in that. But yeah, chaos. Aren't all your sidearms and your rifle are all USA made too, right? Now, I'm not saying that we can only buy USA made stuff. I've never said that. And some people are just like, well, you can't get this, you can't get it. Well, you're right. But let's support people that are kind of like, trying to make good products, trying to do something positive. Um, that's kind of where I draw the line with that. Is it's not just the United States. It's not only made in the USA. Like, I mean, Canada's got some great products. Sweden, Poland, Germany for sure. Yeah, Japan. Silky saws. I've never had a saw that could compete with a silky saw in the same category. Just doesn't exist. Or if it does, I haven't found it. I'd love for somebody to point it out because I would give that a try. Yeah, this annoys me to the end. Would beat them in war and then invite half of them. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, or like like the Afghanistan thing. Like We're sending like tens of millions of dollars to them every week, in like reparations or something. I don't. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we blew up a country, then we go rebuild it. Yeah, we go to war with somebody, then we just, oh yeah, here's we'll give you 1.2 trillion dollars to rebuild the stuff we blew up. Or it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Chaos. That's a tricky scenario to be in. Um, yeah, it does. Or what annoys me even more is when people come here seeking refuge. Like they come here seeking asylum, they want to be refugees, and we kindly let them in, and then they abuse the system. They defraud everything they possibly can. They're rude to us. They'll sit there screaming "Death to America." Yeah, that takes it to like a whole new level. Like you came here seeking help, we gave it to you, and now you're going to do everything you can to undermine the country in every way possible. That's where it becomes sickening. And I can't for the life of me figure out how that stuff is going on. Oh, I can. Yeah. Oh, it's because they're laundering all the money. And yeah, yeah. Most of my far, yeah. But you got to be careful when you talk about that stuff because that's speaking the truth, and that's when they come and deplatform you or demonetize you. I've already had a bunch of lives and stuff that were like demonetized. They're not ad friendly. But hey, it is what it is. You live and you learn, and then your channel doesn't grow anymore. Yeah, hard to believe it. This time a year ago, we were getting 20 to 30,000 views per live. Now we're getting like 3 to 400 or something. Hey, from Zimbabwe, I am needing sponsorship. Hello, user. No, no, go back to Zimbabwe. Nobody here is sponsoring you. You're, I am needing visa. Yeah, no, you're in the wrong place there, and I have no doubt that you're a troll, man. Because, yeah, you're just. I have no doubt that you're a troll. Appetites Control Force, huh? 7 subscribers. Yeah. No, man, go find some other channel, dude. This is the wrong channel for you. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah. Zimbabwe. I know, right? Hey, that's where they all come from now, and they bring all their trashy culture with them. Their third world living. They're not compatible. And I'm not the only one saying it. Yeah, there's tons of other people saying it. We're fed up with it. No, man. No sponsor for you. Go back to Zimbabwe. We're done. Go there and build up your own country. Raw 556 appetite. I'll sponsor you. That's yeah, sure, true American here. How you doing? Yeah, 110%. Hallelujah, right? Inflation's so bad the money loses value before the ink dries when they print it. Yeah, you're not lying there, Rob. Hey, man, that's how it's going to be here pretty soon. We're like in like stage 3 of the collapse, and we're like right on the border, like stage 4, and that's when it's really going to hit the fan. Yeah, they've completely devalued our dollar to it's I'll help you build yourself an empire like a real American should. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying there, guy, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever, man. Yeah, I just yeah, it's kind of funny. People make comments like that. They'll help somebody from Zimbabwe build a real American empire or whatever, blah 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 blah. But yeah, we can't even help the Americans that are here, like legitimate Americans too, legally here, citizens, born, raised, all that good stuff. Yeah, we for some reason we can't help them out. We can't help our veterans out. But everybody think, we can help 40 million random third worlders. Yeah, not happening. So yeah, nice teamwork on the trolling though. So yeah, let's see where this live goes. Might have to run it a bit longer, huh? Raw 556. So to skirt. Oh yeah, Troll God, huh? Raw 556. Yeah, that's his channel name, Troll God. Member since September 26, 2015. 3 subscribers, but yeah, his channel name is Troll God. Yeah, that explains all. I had a hunch he was just trolling. I won't even help build IKEA. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Chaos. I'd gladly help out my neighbor. Or a friend in need is a friend indeed, right? Yeah, I follow all those rules, but yeah, we got to draw the line on some of this creepy, weird stuff going on. I don't know. Yeah, 1% richest owns more than they need. Quite a bit more. Yeah, they do, man, and it's all this yeah, man, we've been getting sold out for the last like 50, 60 years. Like it's not more than that, some people say since 1971, some people say since 1944, some people say since 1913. Yeah. Yeah, that is messy. Yeah, and the whole the cough thing we're not allowed to talk about. I like to call it the Chinese AIDS though, just for the fun of it. Yeah, that was the greatest transfer of wealth in human history, and look who orchestrated it all. All a bunch of baloney. But hey, that's the way America's been run for a little while now. It's all about yeah, it's all about making the rich richer and yeah, getting rid of the middle class, and there's a whole bunch of people that want to model yeah, the Kung Flu. Yeah, that was man, that was the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. And look who got it all. Big pharma, big tech, the big box stores, and the whole bunch of illegals that were scamming the system for, fake autism, fake daycare, fake feeding the kids for hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, it was all the people that shouldn't be here were making the money, and yeah, just yeah, of course, yeah. The land of the tiny hat people got wealthy. They got crazy wealthy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And here they are demanding more. Like, we need another $100 billion on top of the $38 billion a year you send us. But we're your greatest ally. What a bunch of bunk. Yeah, oh yeah. Debt is slavery, and along with the predatory loans are given now. Yeah, some of these loans are going out like, 30, 40%. Some of those payday loans. Oh wow, you guys got. Oh, I saw some of that this week. Like they're charging like thousands of percent interest. Like a $500 payday loan by the time you pay it off is like $4,000. Um, yeah, wow, that's predatory. Like that at that point, you're taking care of you're taking advantage of people with mental health issues, like people that are just slow learners or something. Because anybody that agrees to a loan situation like that just yeah, they have no understanding of economics whatsoever. In God, yeah, in God we trust. Yeah, all others pay cash. Yeah, there's very few people I trust on this planet. Um, yeah, exactly. Chaos. In large amounts of ammunition, I trust. Hey man, I trust a good knife, man. Like you don't have to reload, But yeah, most banks now don't even have $50,000 in cash on it. Yeah, the banks are all crashing. The stock market's crashing. I mean, that's the whole thing. When you look at gold and silver prices, and people are getting excited, like gold just hit $100 and you bought it 20 or something. It's not really. It's not going up in value. Your money's worth less. Like the number of people that don't understand that. Same thing. I'm about to drop a letter to Silky. It's like, look, your stuff isn't that good. There just comes a point where just inflation is just too much. You always there's a point where materials, craftsmanship, and everything like that meet a point, and after that you're just wasting money. But yeah, it's everything's getting out of hand. Things aren't worth. I mean, geez, go to the grocery store to realize how much you're getting ripped off every week. And they're still trying to rob us. They're still like I can't figure out how any American in their right mind is going against deportation of illegal immigrants. They're criminals the second they stepped over that border. They're not American citizens. They don't have U.S. constitutional rights because they're not U.S. citizens. But for some reason, everybody trying to get in the way. They're all starting fights over it. The stuff going on out there is just ridiculous over people that really aren't even worth fighting for. It just goes to show how much the powers that be like hold stuff over our head and control the situation. Yeah, rents and properties should not cost that much. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, if I hear another boomer like, well, I bought my house for $8,000 cash, and yeah, today it's worth 2.8 million or something. Like, yeah, and you caused all that inflation, dude. Yeah, they didn't leave anything behind for anybody, and that's straight up my parents. Like the boomer generation. They just wow. I think they're the ones that normalize narcissism. Yeah, you paid $8,000 for it. I'll give you 16,000. How's that? Yeah. And then that's the whole thing, the misconception that you actually own property in this country. No, 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 no. The second you miss a tax payment, the tax man comes and takes it all from you. Doesn't matter if you own it outright, if you own the deed. It just happened to a woman in Massachusetts. Her house was worth a couple $100,000 or something. She owed $14,000 in back taxes, so they put her out on the road. Like, yeah, what, 81, 82-year-old single woman, widow, and that's how much you own anything in this country. They'll just take it. They'll tax it right out of you. No, I think there's way more going on. The fact that all this crazy inflation, everybody becoming homeless. It's all created by, the powers that be. And now they're criminalizing being homeless. Like, hey, if you're homeless, you better have stealth camping skills too. Otherwise, you're going to be a criminal. Yeah, if your property's big enough, they won't be able to find the tax man. Oh, yeah, especially if it's got a river going out to the ocean. Yeah, that's definitely a major issue, though. But yeah, that's the world that we're living in now. Um, but yeah, the boomers, they bought one house here for 8 grand. They bought a nice lake house up on Winnipesaukee for 12 grand, the whole 9 yards. And man, now now $65,000 won't buy you a buildable plot of land in this state anymore. Yeah. Some places it's way more. Like you can't even get an acre of land for 80 grand. If you're but I think it's gonna work out like Venezuela. No, not Venezuela, like Iran. Um like so long as people have their comforts, as long as your average American can, still occasionally get some McFatties, they can stuff their face with some delivered pizza at home. DoorDash is still running, even though that's half the reason why people are going broke. As long as people still have those comforts, they're not going to do anything. I don't think you're not going to see the American people do anything until there's like a full-on collapse. And by then it's just going to be too late. There's going to be like a couple percent of the people that have like some type of provisions or storage or something. But for the most part, the vast majority of people, especially the trolls, they're going to be completely lost. Like rather than doing something productive to benefit their situation, they're busy trolling around. But hey, yeah, man, they'll be the first to starve. But yeah, that's what's going on. I mean, it's inevitable. Historically speaking, every major, every major Yeah, once more in English, huh? Yeah, every major civilization throughout history like follows the same steps. Like it's not history repeats itself, but it definitely rhymes. And there's a lot of things going on. I mean, like everything that happened in Rome and other scenarios, it's all happening in real time here. Like we're watching the collapse of the United States. Like I want to be optimistic and say we're gonna do great, and I'm gonna, pull a magic trick out of this YouTube channel and somehow change things. But it's not gonna happen. It's just, you got to be realistic about things at some point. Yeah, all the useless people are just gonna be foot drops to me, and I'm not gonna. Yeah, we've definitely got a surplus of that too, Chaos. There's most definitely a surplus of useless people. Um, yeah, I don't even know what to think of that. George Cobb, Kephart or Nesmith went to the woods to smooth it, not rough it. Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. Once more in Engledy. Um, Yeah, but I think the more you research the economics of everything going on, and then you drag in the social politics, like, man, what's the numbers? It's something like ICE so far has arrested like 662,000 people and successfully deported them. Out of that, out of all those numbers, only 170 of them were Americans, and they weren't held for more than a few hours, and they were just, like, hey, sorry about that, it happens. That I think that 170 number would be a heck of a lot less if they could just get their job done without a couple hundred screaming memes going around doing their ree and tweaking and causing more problems, getting in the way. So yeah, they're the people that are protesting are the ones causing the most amount of problems. And I really think they need to they need to start arresting those people like by the masses for obstruction, aiding and abetting. And ironically, it's the same people that said walls don't make a difference. There should be no walls. There should be no barriers. Now they're putting up walls and their little makeshift pallets and dumpsters and their old furniture. But they're putting up walls in neighborhoods to protect criminals. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's aiding and abetting. You're obstructing the law, getting in there and doing their job. So yeah, they all need to be like prosecuted to the utmost of the law. Like I said, arrested for obstruction, for aiding and abetting, whatever else goes along with that. If they're violent, resisting arrest or whatever comes along with that. Start a company and call it Blackmail Incorporated, then they let you do that. Do as you like. Um, yeah. Oh, so no, that's already taken, man. Like, there's no way. Like, they're not gonna let me start a company called Israel. Oh no, you went there. That's why I get in trouble. But it's worth it. Um, yeah, property taxes should be lower for the middle class and lower class. I actually, man, I'm a firm believer in the flat rate tax. Like, there's no point in having somebody who's like really broke pay in like a whole bunch of money and then they get all this like extra money at the end. Like, it should be like 5% whether you poor or rich or whatever that number needs to be. Like, doesn't matter if you're making 10 grand a year, you're paying 5%. If you're making $5 million a year, you're paying 5%. Like, everybody, that's all even Steven, right? That to me makes more sense. Like the flat tax thing, it should just be a flat tax. And considering they basically bankrupt the Social Security system, that's supposed to be completely out of money by 2033 at best as of now. They should stop taking it out of our checks. Like people should just stop paying Social Security. Like if it's no good, like the problem is they started giving it to like 3-year-olds and 18-year-olds, and it was originally meant to be a retirement fund, a government, But yeah, now like idiots like me, like I'll be like 5 or 6 years away from where I could collect Social Security or something, I think, and they'll be officially completely out of money. So like, oh, cool, paid into that my whole life, so I got left hanging. Not really motivating to be a contributing factor to the system. Um, yeah, the tax man is going to take 32% of my earnings in my trading account. Yeah, exactly. And meanwhile, there's people out like well, what is it, like $1.1 million is what every Somali costs the U.S. people, like U.S. taxpayers, like throughout the lifetime of one Somali. And how many hundreds of thousands of them did they bring in? And then how many, like they busted them with like $700 million in cash in suitcases and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, like Ilhan Omar, like Somalians are the fabric of the American society. No, no, Somalians are the skid mark on the fabric of American society. Like, it's just not good. Yeah, with a flat tax rate, the lower income would end up paying a higher percentage than they are now. Um, yeah, because they not only do they not pay in anything, usually it just ends up being a negative, and yeah, yeah, they end up drawing more money than they ever pay in. So yeah, just yeah, I understand that, and maybe it'll motivate some people to work harder and get off the system and stuff like that. Um, I mean, geez, I mean, if you're making if you're making $15 an hour, you're making $600 a week, you're making $2,400 a month. I mean, like, how much less could you be making? Um, yeah, and I'm sure they got the cash back, and it wasn't taken for ill-gotten guns gains. Yeah. Oh yeah, chaos is a highballer. Can't you just say are yours? I mean, that's what I've been doing it all wrong. You're right, man. I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna be the latest and greatest daycare here in New Hampshire. Like, if I would have known life was that simple, like, why would I risk my life 20 times a day jumping out of an airplane to make shit money? Like, it's a struggle to make six figures a year. Like in a good year, like if you work tons, yeah, you can make like 150 grand a year, but you're gonna risk your life at least 20 times a day doing it. All I had to do is open a daycare, bring in 99 ghost students that don't exist, and kapow, like 1.3, 1.9 mil. And then, oh yeah, and then they've got the whole fake transportation thing. Oh, but then I could open up a doctor's office and just started diagnosing hundreds of kids with autism, and then set up ghost appointments for ghost children and collect millions and millions of dollars. I mean, pretty much, if there's some way they could pull money out of the system they have, all the way through the whole EBT, the SNAP, the daycare, the Medicaid, Medicare, and they're still figuring out how they did it, like how much money is actually gone. And then you got to sit down and figure, wow, when you look at all the money that's taken through fraud through all these different states, I mean, it's pretty much going on in some level in every state. There's some kind of crazy going on in every state. Um, so yeah, it just make sense. Yeah. No, the tax bracket, and they're going to take 32% of my gains from this year. Yeah, I'm looking at building now and start my own leering center. Yeah, you gotta build your own leering center. Um, yeah, it's just insane, and the fact that people are defending it, I don't know. I don't think there's that many people really defending it. I think it's like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Yeah, there's tons of people out there defending it, but there's probably even more people that are against it. Oh, but the problem is they all work in 10, 12 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week, so they can pay the man. That's why you don't hear from them as much, because they too busy working. Um, yeah, I'm familiar with capital gains and tax brackets, and you still be over 200K for 32. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, just getting caught up on the comments here, guys. Um, yeah, hot air station to fill up hot air balloons. Actually, man, that does cost quite a bit of money, man. Yeah, and they're usually running like propane for that. So that's a legit job, man. Hot air for hot air balloons isn't free. Yeah, but if you pitch in a couple of bucks, they'll let you jump out. Yeah, that's what my broker is telling me. I'll find out when I get a good CPA. Gotta have a CPA, my man. Gotta have a CPA. It's also got to be one that you can most definitely trust. Yeah, that's what my broker. Yeah. So anybody got anything else planned for this weekend? I don't know. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna be grinding the YouTube. I'm gonna try to get a couple of shorts out tomorrow. If there's a demand for it, I don't know. It seems like the lives have dropped off pretty significantly ever since the first of the year. So I don't know. Um, I might just stick to my schedule. I'm not trying to run myself into an early grave trying to please the algorithm. Although I do enjoy the socials and everything. Yeah, you might want to do that. That's a huge jump. 8% more if they get that wrong. Yeah. Yeah, you love that though, huh? Yeah, the Pentagon is off like their eighth audit. They're short a couple of $1 trillion. Like we don't know what happened to it. But yeah, if your taxes are off a few bucks, then it's going to cost you thousands. Could even cost you a little bit of your freedom too, depending on how the numbers came to be. But isn't that magical how that happens? That's literally. I think that's why Americans are sick of the double standards. Rules for thee, but not for me. They're going to tax us all into poverty. In fact, there's now more full time like more homeless people that are working full time than anything else. It's no longer like mental health disorders and addictions, like leading the homeless army. It's now like hardworking Americans that working 40, 50 hours a week that can't afford their bills, and that's just a crying shame. But then, hey, yeah, Ben Shapiro, right? What a tool. Yeah, he's still ranting and raving about, well, what's this crazy thing with retirement? What makes Americans think they should retire? Or so what if you can't afford to live in the neighborhood you grew up in? There's no right to that. It's like, yeah, we get you, buddy, but Mr. Soft Hands, you've never really worked for a living. He sits there talking to a microphone all the time, like worse than me, man. At least I can say I've worked for a living. Um, But yeah, so where the channel's going, I don't know. I'm gonna try to revive the channel, no doubt about it. Yeah, trying to get my second win going here. Rather than 2026 starting off like hot out of the gate and like yeah we're getting somewhere. It was just yeah it was one step forward, six steps back. Like I started posting shorts and stuff, and yeah I would gain one or two subscribers and then lose 10. So. Like, okay, what am I doing wrong here? Bad conversation, bad whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to sort it out. Not a lot of feedback though, but yeah, the Venezuelan oil they sold. The money is mostly yeah. That's the whole thing. They're using our money to trade off with this, that, and the other thing. It's really really disgusting. Um, yeah, they're squandering away 100% of the taxpayers' money, either through fraud or laundering it through other countries. In fact, the more you follow it, the more it wrecks your head. Like I'm just about done with. Like what am I gonna do about it? Like really, I don't have that kind of reach by any standards. Yeah, I should just kind of like focus more on the task at hand. Oh yeah, New York. Now it's racist. Yeah, exactly. It's racist to own property in New York. They wanna take the property away from white people. Everybody else, it's okay to own property. How these people got into this country? Well, we know how they got into this country. The fact that Americans are putting up with it is beyond discouraging. It's if America collapses and nobody did anything about it, like really, it's gonna happen. You can almost say we deserve it at this point. Like suicidal empathy is a thing, and we've just hit that point. Yeah, it wasn't. It's just absolutely crazy. I mean, yeah, you literally have what he's Democrat, Socialist, Communist, Islam, whatever. Mamdani. Yeah, now you got people. We regretted it. Well, we tried to tell you, kind of like the clot shot, right? Like, hey, that's not a good plan. Might want to think. And then, yeah, a couple months. Well, why didn't anybody tell us? We did. You just called us all Nazis and whatever. Yeah, same thing going on in New York. So you know what? Wall it up completely, and yeah, Escape from New York. It's no longer a movie. It's not just a documentary, but you can play the game with like the madman Mendami is the Muslim mayor of Muslim mayor of New York City. Like yeah, that's turned into a poop soup quicker than anything else. Yeah, the motel chains are owned by a family from India mostly. Yeah. Yeah, our country's been sold out from underneath us, man. Even like right here in little old New Hampshire, Daniel Webster College got sold out to China, along with some major water bottling facility in Nashua. China's the Janet Mills there, the governor of Maine, has been letting like Chinese people, like over 500 grow houses and human trafficking houses and stuff like that in Maine that they found. And that's a yeah, like treason maybe sedition. I don't know, a whole bunch of other things. But yeah, these politicians are selling us out to anybody and everybody that'll give them a buck. Yeah, it's and but when you bring it up, you're the bad person. Like I don't get it. I think the problem, like too many Americans drink the Kool Aid and stupid has become the new norm. And the sad part is yeah, the hotel my buddy works at here in Florida is owned by Indians. Yeah, and the thing is too is they're bringing their trash culture here. You know, they dump the trash all over the place, and yeah, it's starting to look more like Bangladesh. You can tell who we imported by looking at the neighborhoods, just the condition of them. You know, the amount of trash on the streets, the amount of things that aren't being maintenance and disrepair. Yeah, you can tell where the imports are. Yeah, they lived in the motels themselves and saved money. Exactly. Yeah, and a lot of us do stuff like that too, man. Um, yeah. Hey, when I was working my way up the skydiving ranks, dude, I set up a cot in a hangar more times than I care to count. Or I set up a tent in the landing area. Like once operations were shut down, plane was tied down. The not the runway that the plane lands on, but the actual DZ, the drop zone, the grass field where we would land our parachutes. Yeah, once we tied down the plane, yeah, I would just to save money to get a little bit of a head. I spent months, I spent years living out of a tent to live the way I did. So yeah, I mean, plenty of us sacrifice stuff, and but hey, we're not setting up leering centers and fake autism schools and fake autism clinics and fake driving, places and stuff. All professional. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Neil, I've said that 100 times. Like, yeah, if they're like, there's two types of politicians that I've ever noticed. Number one is the broke politician that's been struggling their whole life. They finally get into that seat that they wanted, and the first thing they do is launder money. They insider trading, whatever you want to call it, and their first thing is to like go from negative $65,000 net worth to like $34 million net worth. Or hey, Nancy Pelosi just hit like 413 million or something. That's that type. Or the second type is the politicians that wanted to become politicians. They already have plenty of money, so they're not in it for the money. They're in it for the power, and they're on a complete power trip. And those are the two types of politicians. Like you kind of modern politicians, yeah, that's where it goes. Yeah, they're all professional politicians. They're all pathological liars. They're all narcissists. It doesn't matter, And in fact, I bet you when we're not looking, the whole group of them, the left and the right, the Democrats and the Republicans, they all sit down and have dinner, and they probably laugh at, well, did you see what I made the sheeple do today? Or they're yelling across the table, yeah, I just insider traded another 100 million. That should have gone to Americans, but because we're passing laws, we get the money. Yeah, there's no way somebody making $174,000 a year should be able to become like from a negative net worth to like tens of millions of dollars in 2 or 3 years. The math just ain't mathing. But we also know now they're getting a lot of kickbacks from the people that they're supporting with the money. They're getting kickbacks through. Yeah, it just shouldn't be happening. And none of them will. Yeah, exactly. And that's where I'm at now. Um, I'm for the most part, I'm giving up on all that crap. Like no matter how much you try to follow it, you just come to the realization it's like why. Well, there's not one of these people in jail yet. Not one. Like what Tim the Tampon Waltz there. Yeah, he should be in jail along with Ilhan Omar. Janet Mills in Maine, she should be in jail. Little Miss Wu, the mayor of Boston, she should be in jail. We won't even get into New Scum. He should be in jail, along with whatever. And I don't care whether what their political alignment is, whether they're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or just can't make up their mind because they're a non-binary politician nowadays. And oh yeah, any politician, anyone passing laws, any judge, anything like that can't define a woman, automatically like just lock them up in an insane asylum. Like if you that stupid, how can you pass a law in this country? Yeah, so they should be ousted from their chair and put someplace where they can be properly educated as to standard science. Yeah, Pam Bondi is yeah, exactly. And Dan Bongino, what a butt nugget he is, right? Mr. Big time podcaster. Oh, I listen to his hopium. Oh, if I were in there, this is what I would do, says Mr. Bongero, whatever, Bongino, ball bag breath, whatever. Yeah, he's gonna fix everything, and he's gonna make sure those files are at 100%. The American people deserve them, the whole 9 yards. And then and then all of a sudden, he's the man. He's Mr. FBI guy. And what does he do? He's an absolute freaking tool, man. He didn't do a single thing that he said. And then, I don't know, maybe he picked on the tiny hat people too much or something, but he had to tuck tail and run without accomplishing any of the things that he said he was going to do. So, yeah, there's another one. Dan Bongino, man. I wouldn't subscribe to him if the Somalis were paying me. Yeah, it wouldn't happen like that. And that's the kind of same thing. Cash Patel, same thing. They're all a bunch of sellouts. They all got blackmail on them or something, bribed, blackmailed, paid off. I don't know what it is, but they're all a bunch of tools. The only thing, like, imagine if Tim Waltz and like Camel Toe Hairy Ass became like president and vice president. Imagine the zoo would be living in right now. I don't know. Yeah, that would be some next level insanity. Yeah, to think Tim Waltz, like, just I think that's why they're in office just to, like, we don't have a government for the people. We have like a government mafia. Like literally, that's what it is. It's just a government mafia. I'm not even going down the Nazi road or anything like that, but they're just there to, like, we're pawns in their game, and they're gonna milk us for every dime we can get. They could be doing all sorts of things to better the economy. They just make it worse. Like, just for starters, cut off 100% of all foreign aid. 100% of it. We don't need to support the world. We're a country, not a charity. That's like, oh, it's great. Yeah, it's great. You can help people out, help a friend out, help a neighbor out, help a buddy out, whatever. I get all that stuff. But in the condition that our country's in right now, yeah, we shouldn't be sending, hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine or any place. Hey, man, if you guys want to fight and get it over with, that's your problem, not ours. Have a nice day. Yeah, but and then yeah, we've dumped in like trillions of dollars into Africa. Did they do anything? Did they upgrade their? No, all they did was they bred like rabbits. They went from like a couple 100 million to like hundreds of millions. So all that money we sent them, they just ate food and got their F on. And yeah, they just reproduced like rabbits. Then we start bringing them here so they can rob us even more. Yeah, like we never should have. It just should be left alone in the first place. Yeah. But yeah, hey, this is how you crash a channel, guys. I had a good channel. It was working out great, but hey, might as well just get on here and be a tool at this point, right? But Damn, the tube is on a roll tonight for blocking comments. Oh yeah, yeah, man. It's only gonna get worse. They want to control the narrative. Um, yes, yeah, just speak the truth, man. You'll find out who your enemies are. Give an honest opinion. Like, hey, why should we be financing the whole world? Oh no, that's bad thought. If you think like that and you speak out loud, then people might say, like, that's a good question, dude. But yeah, hey, it is what it is. Everybody's all about the divide and conquer. It happens even here on YouTube. So I don't know. Oh yeah, and I'm sure they're blocking me even worse now because yeah, I have no doubt at all. I got shadow banned and flagged and whatever you want to call it. Um, just more proof of how they control the narrative. If you know, I'm sure if I were putting Israel up on a pedestal and talking about Israel as our greatest ally and we should help them at any cost under any circumstances, um, yeah, I'd probably be getting a win too. Yeah, George Santos stole puppies from the Amish. So stupid a story cannot be even made up. And I try real hard to go through life comfortably and not make a lot of waves. And just, yeah, hey, man, hey, Chaos, man, I did that my whole life. Quite frankly, that's why we're in this predicament, is because of people like me. Yeah, man, I work 12 to 14 hours a day, pretty much 7 days a week for 5 to 6 months straight. Get a week or two off, and I'd spend riding my bike from like New York to Florida. I could care less about what's going on. I've always, well, I can't say always. I've always tried to keep my nose out of politics. Don't really care. Anything I say or do isn't going to change what the cabal has planned for us. So why bother talking about it? I made that mistake here. I did. I realized it. I take full accountability. And when I tried to change it, it just kept rolling. Um, and hey, yeah, it's the economy and stuff. I'm sure if I could afford to be slapping a new knife up here every day, I'd probably be doing that. Not necessarily a knife. There's other gear, tents, tarps, sleeping bags, bicycles, tricycles, automobiles, whatever's clever, a little overlanding never hurt anybody. Well, might have killed a few people, but that's not the point. Yeah, it's just, hey, man, maybe like the economic situation pushed me into this. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah. And yeah, I have no clue how to fix it either. I don't know. Like at this point, I feel like I opened a can of worms, and it's like, you can't close that now. Yeah, that's exactly what feels like is going on in this world. Um, so, and not to mention, yeah, I caught a bunch of slack because I don't like Chinese. Actually, it wasn't even didn't even come down to. I don't like Chinese knives. In fact, I like American made knives, and I was like rocking out American made knives. That's where I'd rather spend my money. But hey, whatever. I don't know. It's all water under the bridge. It happened a while ago. Um, yeah, it's just Darwin waiting out on the stupid people. To know how to stay healthy must be worth something. Nah, there ain't anything worth anything in there anymore. Really, there isn't. Everything like the money's been devalued so much. It doesn't matter what. I mean, I'm a damn aerospace engineer, but they won't let me stock a shelf. Probably because I don't fit into their proper thought category or something. Yeah, and you don't have people going through applications anymore. You're filling them out online. AI's going through them. So yeah, when you've been self-employed for pretty much your entire adult life, ain't nobody want to hire you. Well, there's a person who has thoughts and might say, "Why are you wasting my time having me doing this stupid repetitive work all day?" Or you're really not paying me what I'm whatever. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, you got companies all over the place now. There's Gen Xers are getting laid off in droves just because they can hire a Gen Zer for like half the money. So it is what it is. Um, well, yeah, that's true. You save money if you don't get ill. That's a valid point. Um, but yeah, I'm no health and fitness advisor at this point in the world. Um, there, I wouldn't want to be one on YouTube anyways. I can't afford the gear. And I don't mean the weights and dumbbells. I mean the gear, the sauce, the juice, the special protein supplements. Most most of the physical fitness advisors on YouTube and stuff like that, they're all on like at minimum testosterone treatments and whatever else. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. The whole world is fake. Everything's fake. Man, even fake bushcraft videos, man, I'm sick of those. I'm sick of fake everything. In fact, yeah, I've done my little experiment with the 5Cs and the 10Cs. Well, the evidence is out there. Um, just people, they can't read the title and figure out what it is. They've got to come in and say, "Oh, but you're missing these 5 things." It's like, no, dumbass, this is the 5Cs, not the 10Cs. And I don't really even like that game. I think it's a stupid game to play. It's just more YouTube fantasy crap. There's way too much YouTube fantasy crap. I think that's one of the most frustrating stuff trying to find. Well, I mean, besides the AI slop, you've just got a whole bunch of, like, hey, man, go read a Boy Scouts book or a military seer book or something like that. You'll get all the answers there, and you'll find out that a lot of the stuff you see on YouTube is just regurgitated, except for like those goofy Altoid tins. Never, not once have I ever heard of anybody saying, wow, thank God I had this like little micro Altoid tin with, 87 items in it. Like, that actually saved my life. Never once did I hear about any of that stuff. You use your bicycle instead of playing Nintendo all day. I catch one cold of the year, and they killed that thing in a few days with tea, whiskey, orange juice. Yeah, yeah. I used to do the same thing back in the day. Yeah, I was more into going out cycling than playing Nintendo. And then along came Sony and the PlayStation, the Xbox, all that. In fact, Xbox is going down. Xbox is getting greedy. Everybody's upset with them. Like they jacked their rates up, and now nobody wants to play Xbox anymore. I only played video games on it. Yeah, yeah. I used to only play video games when I was injured, which happens. You're gonna end up on some crutches if you jump out of airplanes for a while. That's pretty much when I would have my gaming sessions. But hey, they were well earned. Yeah. Fortunately, the majority of skydiving injuries are lower extremities, like ankles, knees, stuff like that. Tib fib breaks. If you're really good at what you're doing, you'll break your femur. Um, but yeah, that's predominantly when I got in all my gaming was during that time frame. So anybody? Wow, there's 6 people in here. Anybody interested in the live tomorrow, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep rolling for a little bit longer. But not too much going on. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore. To be honest with you. Yeah, nothing like doing a 2 hour live. I've been stuck in the same spot now for like 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, it's like there's two type of riders: ones that have been down and ones that are going. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you, chaos. Yeah, yeah, two types of riders: the ones that have been down and the ones that are going down. Yep. But I don't know. I guess that's the whole thing. I guess that's why people stick to the policy. Like there'll be no talk about religion and there'll be no talk about politics because when you do, somebody gonna end up butthurt every time. Every time. Religion and politics are the two go hand in hand. Really, they do. Um, Any copper thieves stealing the grid? Yeah, if you do a live tomorrow, I might make it. I might be out at Bass Pro or getting lunch. Yeah, I'm with you, Chaos. I understand that. But who knows? I might see how maybe Sunday goes, and if if YouTube shut me down this much, it's just not worth doing anymore. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? This might be my last week doing YouTube because I'm at my wits end with this shit. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired of dealing with the trolls. Um, oh no, new house. There's no such thing as late, man. People just they come and go as they please. They do what they want. Um, not much, man. I'm just getting burnt out from YouTube, man. I really am. I'm just I'm sick of ignorant people. I don't know. Maybe I'm not one with technologies. I don't really know what I'm doing, and it's an awful lot of work to make small improvements. And when you put in the hours, and you try to make your channel better, and it just um, yeah, it's just hours and hours of work with like no viable return. And I'm not in an economic situation to play. Hey, let me spend my money to entertain everybody because I don't have any money to spend. So it just kind of like turns into this non-stop circle jerk of a suck fest. That's what it is. Um, yeah, become a priest. Not a chance, man. No, I don't. Hey, man, while I've bashed on politics, I might as well bash on religion. No, man, I don't do religion. Religion is just messed up. It really is. It all comes out of that little sandbox in the Middle East. And if you study this stuff like Islam, Judaism, Catholicism, Christianity, they all come out of that one little poo poo soup area. You know, that whole whatever they want to call it, Jerusalem. Oh, God. Everybody was promised that land 3,000 years ago. Every one of them messed up. They really are. I think George Carlin said it best. You know, there's like 2,000 religions all preaching the same thing. There can only be one God. Don't worship a false deity, the whole nine yards. And if you follow the religion, then you come to realize that, well, if there can only be one God and there's 2,000 religions, 1,999 of them are full of it. There's only why roll the dice? We'll figure it out when we get there. Make make water into wine, and all these miracles could happen. Like 2,000 years ago when nobody really remembers any of it. Like I was raised Catholic, regretfully. I didn't have a choice in the matter, so don't hold it against me. But yeah, and then when you ask questions and they're like, "Oh, you can't know, you have to have faith." It's like, no, man, if that dude could part the sea, then I want to see him do it now. Like, come on, like there hasn't been a miracle in 2,000 years. But everybody's seen Jesus. They see him in a cloud. They see him in a piece of toast. They see him in a piece of poop. Like, oh my God, that poop looks just like Jesus. So does that, like, whatever. Um, yeah, maybe take a break on lives and do some shorts to bring more traffic. Yeah. Well, and then that's the other problem with lives, man, is you're like stuck in the moment. And then once you start getting trolled, and I know the whole knife tube Illuminati was after me. They come in here trolling me like, what kind of butter knife do you recommend? What really pisses them off is when I whip out the butter knife. Or like, what kind of nail clippers do you recommend? Well, here at the tweezer, man, dude, I'll bust them out for you. I keep certain things handy just because of those trolls. Like, come on, guys. Have you ever seen like a better like field setup manicure, pedicure kit better than that? We got the fingernail clippers, the toenail clippers, files for each because you don't want to be crossing that stuff over. We got tweezers, we got combs, we got clothespins, we got a little brush for cleaning out the razor. We got a few other things going in there too. Yeah, new house, exactly the same stuff. Yeah, from exactly the same people who are still on YouTube, still bragging about their crap. Yeah, there's people out there that just they just think they're great, but really they're not. And that's why I'll never go to Blade Show again. If I ever went to Blade Show, I'd be offering up some free knuckle sandwiches. I'd rather make whiskey. Yeah. Now but it's not a magic trick, Chaos. We can all do that. Well, most of us. Yeah, hey man, I've been carrying fingernail clippers since I started rock climbing when I was like 10. Like it's a mandatory piece of equipment. Used to be on a little string with some athletic tape. Yeah, man. In fact, I see some of these people like, they're out in the woods for like 60 days and stuff. Like they got no fingernail clippers. Like you chewing them off? Like you savage. Like, man, if I'm out there for a week, you need a fingernail clipping. If you're out there for 30 days, guaranteed, but yeah, that gets into a lot of that fake YouTube bushcraft stuff. Like it's more like fantasy stuff. I stepped out for a few lock sport groups over the same shit. Yeah, yeah, you are, man. There's some people in the communities that they just want to monopolize everything. They start telling you when you can and can't go live and stuff like. But Al Triano, what's happening, man? Hook low, flare late, man. He is. How you doing, Al? It is good to see you, my man. Yeah, Newhouse. It's kind of like it's been. Well, it doesn't even need to be brought to my attention. I've seen it some places. Yeah, most definitely around YouTube. There's some. There's just. I think it's like the real world. Like everybody wants to pretend like the interwebs is some like sacred, happy, joy, peaceful, unicorns and rainbows kind of place. But it's actually it's. I want to say it's the same as the real world, but it's worse. It's worse in the real world because most people wouldn't walk up to you like if you're sitting there having a social with a group of friends. Most people wouldn't walk up to you and say the things that they say publicly, openly, in fear of retaliation, which would be expected. So, and that's how the interwebs is worse with that, because now you got people that like there are no consequences for their actions. Um, Ooh, Al, this is the I just got this in today, my man. This is the Silky Nada 240. We'll get it out for you there. I still got the plastic wrapper on it. I'm gonna do a short with it because when people are like, "Have you used that yet?" And I'm like, "No, man, still got the plastic wrapper on it." Um, yeah, man. Other than reviews and from people I know that own it, this will be my first time actually using one of these. Um, yeah, it's all fun and games when they're safe behind a keyboard. So yeah, I think my project with this though, I think this is gonna have to go down to Burkle's. See how shiny it is? I'm just not a shiny type of thing. Al, it's like a machete, but it's not. It's like a hatchet, but it's not. It's a machete hatchet. It's a Japanese hatchet. It's made by Silky, same company that makes Silky saws and everything. This thing's supposed to baton like a beast. I mean, I've seen plenty of videos on it. Um, so it's 240 millimeters, roughly 9.5 inches. It's a chopper. It's a batana. And this is the dual edge version, and they have a single edge, so you can actually use it like a splitting fro, for making like shingles. Yeah, you could use it as a meat cleaver, 110%. Yeah. And you could probably you could probably dress a cat with this thing in like 3 minutes. You just, off with its head, quarter it out, man. Turn the grill on, a little marinade, a little seasoning, a little spice makes everything nice. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to playing around with this thing. Yeah, it's kind of like a shorter meat cleaver. It's like a heavy duty. It's like a shorter machete. Chinese food. I heard that I might as well go down this road. Man, I heard that the Somalis were eating cats and stuff, and then I kind of started liking them. This because I don't like the cat. Miss Bushcraft, she's got that evil black cat of hers. It's just rotten to the core. It's like it's spawned from like demons themselves. It does everything it can to like antagonize and torment me and stuff. And then I heard that Somalis were like eating them, and I'm like, wow, why'd they all go to like they went to Maine, they went to Ohio, they they went all over the place, but there's no Somalis in New Hampshire eating cats because I would be like, hey, there's a place for rent next door. Yeah, yeah, it'd be good for a horror movie. You're right about that. But man, I think I'm gonna ship this off. This is gonna go to the shipment with Burkles if I ever get to that. I want to get it like Cerakoted, like OD. Then I'll do like a little custom wrap and lanyard setup. So, because Yeah, whenever I use a heavy swinging tool, I always use a lanyard. Yeah, because I almost took a buddy's head off once. Long story, but yeah, I went on the back swing. It slipped. I looked over my shoulder, and it was like spinning right past his head, like slow mo, like some Hollywood creepy stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna. It's got a lanyard hold. It's got a two piece. Little rubbery grippy thing. I'm gonna eventually put some tape on there, some good athletic tape or something. Um, yeah, Cerakote, and then I wanna. The sheath is kind of cool. I mean, if you're into the standard thing, the coolest part of the sheath is on the back. The belt loop comes off with a side release buckle. So you can pop the belt so you can have this pre rigged on your belt, and if you want to take this off, not carry it, you just bam, uh, yeah, side release. So I had a Chinese exchange student out of high school that said they do not eat dogs. I asked why. She said, "Well, it's weird to us that you eat deer." Yeah, barbecue venison backstraps and tenderloin is yeah, it's got kind of man like a I would say more like a satin finish over a stone wash. It's kind of hard and hard to tell. It's kind of shiny. Yeah, I would call it more like a satin finish, like a light brush satin finish over a stone wash. Um, yeah, it's definitely yeah. It's yeah, it's definitely shiny. So yeah, I'm thinking like Cerakote the blade, do a little custom wrap and lanyard on the handle, and then custom kydex for the win for the sheath is what I'd like to do. Yeah, yeah, you could stonewash it if you had the equipment to do it. Yeah, I mean, sure, absolutely. Or like you could even do like a glass bead sandblasting or something like that would probably look pretty good as well. Some type of like a sandblasting over stonewash. Yeah, yeah. There's all kinds of chaos. Yeah, or that's why I glass beads or something. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's that's the other thing I don't like about YouTube, man. If- there's so many variables in the world that yeah, you just say one thing and it becomes 10 things, and yeah, yeah. That's why I'm just gonna go back to I'm getting it Cerakoted because I don't want to figure out. It's like mashed potatoes, man. Mashed potatoes got to be one of the worst head wreckers in the world. Do you chew that or do you just go straight to the swallowing part? Like I don't even know what to do. Like I quit eating mashed potatoes over this debate. Like it's like screw it. Like I just don't. I just yeah. I don't know. Yeah, how long do you think the Cerakote would last if you actually use it as a chopper? I'd be more tempted to sandblast it just to kill the glare. Yeah, I'm fixing to find out. Yeah, how long would a Cerakote last if you set it up as a chopper? That's a good question too. Like I have no clue. I've never really dealt with Cerakote. Um, in the like I've dealt with the traditional paint finish, which is crap. Powder coat, which is crap, and then I got into DLC and PVD, which I don't even want to have that debate with anybody because the difference between DLC and PVD is like some like 1%. It's like a quarter% of that, a quarter% of this, a half% of that, and then they're not all created equally. You can do little things to customize it and make it better. So yeah, the DLC PVD thing is just like the same. Same thing. Like if you mention Cerakote, somebody you can't mention Cerakote without somebody saying but Duracoat, and then you're like, okay, the same, but like some minute percentage difference. Probably the majority of the difference is in the company name. Um, yeah, I have access to an industrial sandblaster at work. Did all my throwing knives. Yeah, Cerakote is pretty tough stuff. It's a baked on finish. Yeah, acid etch, then do it in baking soda, water, then vibratory, tumble, then dry and oil. Yeah, I just don't have any of that stuff. I have nothing, so I would have to like I don't know. I'm gonna stick with plan A, just get it Cerakoted and then do a little, wrap a little lanyard thing with some paracord and then you know, I kind of the only reason why I thought of that the the Outback version of this, they have an Outback version, and it comes with a black oxide blade, and then these little side pieces here on the sheath that are whatever this color's supposed to be, goldish, brownish. I don't know. In the picture, they've got a gold one, and then they've got a silver one, so that's what that is. Um, yeah, yeah, B&A. Thanks, man. Welcome to the chat. B&A is one of our channel members. How goes it, B&A? Um, Yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah, Cerakoted or something. But yeah, the Outback version now is like 132 bucks. I got this one for 58. So if I can get it Cerakoted for 60 bucks, which I think that's right around the going rate now. Um, yeah, I'm still in that price range. And then yeah, I don't know. I'd like to get into Kydex making, but hey, you'll own nothing and be happy and enjoy the bugs. I think that's where we're all headed. So as much as it is fun to be optimistic and, throw around that hopium, got to start being a little bit more realistic. Oh, nice, nice, man. Yeah, you got to take the kids out for dinner once in a while. That's what, hey, man, Chuck E. Cheese, where it's, yeah, hey, yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, where it's fun to be a kid, or what was their slogan? I don't know. That was my first job ever. Oh no, I shouldn't say my first job ever. That was my first on the books legal. Yeah, W-2, got duped into paying taxes, all that stuff job. But hey man, it was a good deal. It was like, in 1990, if you were making 12.50 an hour when you're 16 years old, that's bank. Um, but I also, man, I had a bunch of side jobs. I also did. I worked for one guy who owned multiple different companies. One of them was doing silk screening, and the other one was doing trophies for like sports teams and stuff. So we'd do all the silk screening for like all the soccer teams and baseball teams and stuff like that. And then that was the beginning of the season. Then the end of the season, we did up all the trophies. So it'd be like a whole bunch of work for a couple weeks, and then nothing for like couple months, and then a whole bunch of work for a couple weeks again. Um, Braun gets stabbed at our Chuck E. Cheese. It's Yeah, they've all gone downhill, man. What am I? The whole country's gone downhill, man. There's places in New Hampshire I used to walk around when I was 10, 11, 12 years old. Um, Now I won't go in that neighborhood, and I'm talking about walking around at night, 10, 11, 12 years old, walking around at night, go to the pizza shop, do whatever. But yeah, 2026 or even a couple years ago, I wouldn't go in that neighborhood in the middle of the day, like strapped with two spare mags and somebody in Overwatch with a rifle. I did silk screening for car streamers. Yeah, there used to be good money in it before everything got computerized. Now everything's just fake and computerized and ghetto. Oh, that's a well, this is a MSR canister stove stand. So instead of like having your dinner fall over and spill all over the place, yeah, this is kapow. It's nice and wide and stable and like even 1,000 times better than the jet boil deal. So and they're lightweight. It's aluminum. It folds up pretty compact. So yeah, anybody who's done enough camping in their life that you're out there, you've been collecting the firewood and doing all the chores, and then dinner time comes and your foot clips the edge of your pot and it goes over and spills your dinner, and then you're like, crap, man, I don't have anything else. This kind of sucks. Um, the stand is worth it. I think they're like 12 or 13 bucks or something. Maybe I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 15. It's hard to keep track nowadays. Yeah, Dave and Buster's is a slight upgrade. Um, Yeah, we had Chuck E. Cheese, and we had some other like, oh, the largest arcade in the world is actually in New Hampshire. What's it? It's Fun Spot or something like that. They have like all retro games, like good stuff, like Galaga and Cubert and Donkey Kong and all that stuff. It's not. It's like an hour from here or something, 45 minutes. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Fun Spot, right? Boondock. I got the name right. Sometimes I'm stupid. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. B&A. Yeah, remember when you were like, yeah, a quarter, man, 25 cent. That would either last you like three very short lives of hey 2 or 3 minutes. But when you got good, man, that quarter could be worth like 4 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Yeah, and then people would line up their quarters on the screen for who's playing next. Yeah, I also get one to fit smaller canisters, the butane ones. Yeah, I'm not sure if that'll fit. These are Isopro like butane. This is the smallest one. Or you're talking like the more looks more like a rattle can, spray paint can type of butane. Yeah, I got me a small one of those supports required gear for an ISO stove, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's more like yeah, they're used more common like European a lot of Europeans use those. They're more like a vertical kind of like a almost like this, like an ultra press. It's like skinny but tall butane cans. Yeah, Newhouse, you don't want to go to a Hooters in Florida, you might get shot. Yeah, I think there's a place that went downhill real fast. Yeah, Hooters, man. Hooters is bad karma. But yeah, they took a nosedive, didn't they? We had to stop going years ago, man. We were going when I worked at Scott Eye Pepperell in Mass, which is right on the border of New Hampshire, and we were going to the Hooters in Nashua, for like to get some like really really skinny hot wings for maximum price. But then the weird thing is, it became like a Friday night thing. But then we'd go to work on Saturday, and every Saturday somebody got hurt. And then we would joke, it's like, oh, that's what you used drinking beers at the Hooters last night. Now you got no game. That's why you got hurt. And we'd make fun of them. But then, like the next week, like the next guy got hurt. And this happened like 5 weeks in a row to the point like the DZO, the drop zone owner, was like, you guys aren't going there anymore. There's something like you go there Friday night, you come back, one of you gets hurt every Saturday. And like, well, like some of it was bad, like, broken ankles, broken tibs. Um, So yeah, we kind of boycotted Hooters after that. Like, yeah, it's probably bad luck to be dancing with the devil on Friday, and then jumping out of airplanes on Friday. I mean on Saturday. Actually, I have a Twin Peaks near me, which I just a Hooters ripoff, but they expensive. Yeah, it's almost like yeah, some of the places in the Keys are like that. Yeah. Oh, the new house. Yeah, the tall butane cans. I think weren't those actually for like refilling lighters and stuff. No, those are actually different. Different cans. But it is what it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Chaos. Manchester, New Hampshire has gone straight down the poopers. That's one place I could go without visiting again. Yeah, this'll fit all three sides of these canisters though. This is the smallest one. It'll fit the medium and the large as well. So you can see the inside notches. So yeah, you can fit whatever it is. Yeah, they kind of double, don't they? Yeah, these are like 3.9 ounce, and you got the 8 ounce, and then the 16 ounce or something. But yeah, this will fit all three of these types. I think it's worth it. I mean, Even that little orange one that the jet boil comes with, that just doesn't even compare with it. First impressions of the Nada, man, I actually love it. I think yeah, when you take into consideration the cost, yeah, I think you're getting what you pay. I mean, even at $100, I mean that kind of might be I don't know. Yeah, I would still. I mean, I'd still get the Outback at 132. So what am I talking about? But yeah, overall, I think it's worth it. I haven't. I mean, like I said, I've still got the plastic wrap on. I didn't. I think it showed up around 5 p.m. or something like that. So I haven't done anything at all with it other than take it out of the box. But yeah, overall. But then if you can rely on other people that have done reviews on it and used it, yeah, as long as it lives up to what they say, then I'm 110% happy with it, especially for the money. If you're gonna get like a large chopper, whatever, you're gonna spend a few $100s on it. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Ground Fog, welcome to the chat, man. How are you doing? Yeah, it looks like it'll bite. It's the double edged version, so it's definitely chopping. It's not really splitting. Um, the spine looks plenty wide enough where you're gonna be able to baton with it, and it's not gonna like eat up the baton too fast. Um, yeah, yeah, BNA. That was something I took into consideration because yeah, you've mentioned on a few times how much you like it, how useful it is, and then yeah, and then I got the deal on the thing. I got 40% off, or however Amazon wants to play that game. But I got it for like $58 and change instead of $99 and change. So that right there made it worth it. So yeah, overall, yeah, especially I got it 40% off, and yeah, no complaints whatsoever. I did check before I started the live, and they're completely sold out. Yeah, there's no more on that deal. So yeah, sorry if you missed out, guys. I tried giving everybody a heads up as soon as I found out about it. So if you missed out, you missed out. But I think they're going to come out with a new version of this that they can charge more money for. That's what I'm thinking. I think that's why they clearance this bad boy out. They're going to make some kind of improvement. Maybe they'll make an improvement to the handle or something. That's the only place I've heard people say it could use some improvement was on the handle. And it's a two-piece handle that splits right down. So it's a replaceable blade, but at that point you might as well just replace the whole thing. So yeah, so my goal is I want to do some Cerakote on the blade, and then do like a nice friction wrap on the handle. Throw a lanyard on there because if I'm going to be swinging this like a madman, I don't want to. I don't want to drop it and have it hit somebody. Yeah, yeah, BNA. That sounds about right. I think that's yeah, about $80 sounds like right. But they just went through that price increase. Um Actually, they've gone through a couple of price increases in the last year. So some stuff more so than others. So yeah, I look forward to getting out and trying it. Just did a whole bunch of cleanup around the house, fall cleanup and everything. So there's really nothing left out back or anything to go chop up. So I'm gonna have to find something to to take a few swings at. Oh yeah, chaos. That's a bummer, man. My only regret at that price is not getting two. Um, yeah, it would have been great to like squirrel one away for like a future giveaway or something. Um, cause yeah, Silky ain't sending me anything for nothing. Um, in fact, yeah, I just got another one of those crap Chinese offers this week. I don't know whatever it was. NX Gear Garbage or something is what it's called. Um, yeah, let me see. HX Outdoors Nyko. Yeah. Anybody ever hear of HX Outdoors? They were at SHOT Show 2026, booth number 42021. Yeah, Happy New Year. We hope you had a wonderful holiday season. We are very excited to tell you that HX Outdoors will be participating in, yeah, whatever, whatever. Yeah, and then I've enjoyed your YouTube channel for a while now. Your knife reviews are always insightful. We'd love for you to check out our latest products and share your honest thoughts with your audience. In return, we can offer free samples of our latest products, the chance to join our affiliate program, and earn commissions on sales through your links. Yeah, but they don't. Pretty sure it's a Chinese company, guys. They got like some folding hatchet thing, and I don't know. They got that same little hatchet as Olight had. Oh yeah, MSR Whisperlight's a great stove. Um, yeah, that's a good question there, Ground Fog. Yeah, how's it working on wood versus dry? There's always a bit of a difference there. Yeah, see, I've heard that from everybody. Um, yeah, I heard it batons like a champ. It really does. In fact, if you get the single edge can be used like a splitting fro, for making shingles. And that's the you'll see double edge or single edge. It's actually yeah, they're not referring to like the double edge isn't like top and bottom double edge. It's like one edge, second edge. If you get the one edge, and it tends to just go straight and push the wood away, and that's for like doing shingles stuff like that, like a splitting fro. Granford's Brooks has got a nice two-piece splitting fro. Yeah, it's okay as a machete. Well, I think that's where. Yeah, I think it's more like a machete's more for tropical, like cutting a lot of like smaller greenery type stuff. Like tropical setting stuff. Which it'd probably work great in Florida. And that's a good example of where you could use a machete. But like in the Northwoods, you don't have a lot of that thin light green stuff. You tend to have a lot thicker, more hardwood type stuff, and that's why a hatchet's preferred over a machete for hardwood areas. But the Nada is kind of, yeah, it's like a hatchet machete. I don't know. I'm looking forward to giving it a try, see what it'll do. I'm 110% confident with the batoning and everything, but as far as swinging it around for other stuff, yeah, there's only one way to find out. Yeah, I've never heard of it and watch all the SHOT Show footage on YouTube. I would take the free stuff and tell them if it's crap. I'll tell you. I'll tell you if it's crap. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I should start doing that. On Chaos, I'll just be like, yeah, I'll just send me your free crap, and hey, man, I'll just give it all away. I mean, that just sounds horrible. Well, it'd be free stuff. I mean, hey, if you need a knife, you need a knife, or whatever it is they're sending. I've kind of thought about that, but then yeah, the repercussions of, dude, I thought you didn't like that stuff. Well, I don't like it, but if it's free and I can give it to somebody who could use it, then I guess we're kind of winning. I guess it's about time we get one over on China, right? This is how I know that like those emails are crap. Like if they actually listen to my live, they'd never send me an email. Um, yeah, the hatchetta. Um, yeah, that's I kind of it makes for good jokes though. Like, come on, dudes, if you were really watching my videos, you wouldn't be oh man, I'd probably get on another list, but not their free stuff list. Yeah, mainly off grid has a forge now. I bet he could make you a fro. Yeah, yeah, I guess that's, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's just easier to buy stuff. Like I would feel guilty asking them to build me one. Cody, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. It's good to see you. Yeah, who knows where this live is going? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I kind of I got ahead of myself. I think yeah, I think I've been overly consuming the hopium and trying to be optimistic, and all I've done is just made myself look to be a fool. Yeah, I to this point, like now I've been sitting down, like I spent a lot of time this week doing some heavy reflecting, planning on some stuff, trying to like, all right, what's it going to cost to put this together? And it's just like, okay, well, how in there's no logical, rational person is going to be like, okay, somehow I'm going to pull off in 4 months what I couldn't do in the last year. So as of now, in fact, I'm gonna make sure I double down on it Sunday. I don't have any plans for this channel. It's just turned into a nightmare. Um, it's just I can't afford to be dumping tons of money into. It's money I don't have, and how am I gonna? I don't even know how I'm gonna come up with it. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not gonna try to speculate and then look like an absolute fool. 4 months down the road. Um, yeah, I don't even. That's the whole thing, man. I I can't even fix my own bike. How am I gonna do a bicycle repair channel? Um, yeah, I've got a cracked frame and stuff that just kind of makes my whole bike obsolete. Um, Go 69 says been since I've joined the live. Yeah, no worries, man. I mean, everybody's got their own life going on, and yeah, these lives. Wow, guys, to be completely honest, sometimes I get bored with it. I'm like, what the hell am I going to talk about this week? And I think that's led me down a couple of crappy roads that just put me further in the hole. Um, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm with you, BNA. Yeah, good old fashioned M65 field jacket with the liner, the quilted liner, man. Oh, that's very nice stuff. So, yeah, B&A, check out a company called Gear Rack. They have a YouTube channel. All they do is military surplus. Yeah. You can still get those made new, I think. I think maybe proper. I don't know who's selling them, but I know it's a much more economically viable version than the Gore-Tex. I don't know what they're selling for nowadays. That's something I'll miss. I was issued two of those back in the 90s. I wish I still had them. So yeah, I don't know if I'm just getting a little bit burnt out, a little bit beating my head against the wall. It's like the whole subscriber thing is just like I don't even know. Um yeah, military uniform supply sells them new for 125 dollars for an M65 field jacket, man. We used to get those things for like 45 bucks at clothing and sales. Uh But yeah, Go 626, man. How you doing? I just didn't mean to run anybody off here. Solid Snake said hi. Do I remember you? How's it going? Welcome to the chat. Yo, you got the fancy bike. Yeah, yeah, same. If I see something being, I'll let you know for sure. Um, you want to get ready to spend a bunch of money. That stuff is not cheap. Yeah, some of the clothing now, like they've gotten out of control. Like, yeah, $1,200 backpacks, $1,200 jackets. Come on now, Arc'teryx ain't that good. There's nothing that special about them. There's a lot of trash go. Well, it's yeah, they switched it around where certain places couldn't have NSN numbers, like there can't be a tag on it and stuff like that. Yeah, because too many military people are running off with stuff. There was a couple of Air Force guys that tried running off with a couple of F-16 jet engines. And that's when they're like, okay, we got to buckle down on this stuff. Everybody be going down range and selling off gear. So they had to circumvent all the government theft, all the military fraud had to be fixed. And saying that the COVID era price gouging needs to be stopped. Yeah, Arcteryx went way down in quality when they stopped using PFAS. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of it, man. That's the whole thing. Yeah, I think the world hasn't been right since 2020. I don't think it's ever going to be the same again. Yeah, we're just, man. It's going downhill and more downhill, and yeah, the all the inflation, everything like that, all the fraud going on. It's just all the money they give away. Yeah, it's just I don't even know what to think of it anymore. Yeah, well, whatever you can do to get you and your family ready for the inevitable, just, yeah, do that. Yeah, get whatever. I mean, I think tools are important. Everybody, even the legendary, the Grandmaster Dave Canterbury will tell you, like the most important stuff you're going to have is stuff that's hard to duplicate. And typically, those things that are hard to duplicate are tools, especially edge tools, things like that. Saws, hatchets, knives, etc. Like, yeah, those are going to have some value. Um, yeah, maybe the Mayan calendar was right, and 2012 was the beginning of the end. Yeah, it could very well be. Who really knows? I don't think it really has anything to do with anything any ancient people said. I just think it has to do with the growing greed and disrespect for the American people by the politicians, all of them over the years. Like they're out for themselves. They could care less what happens to anybody else. They're just printing the money off. Especially the boomers. They know they're going to be gone before the final impact, or at least hopefully most of them will be gone. But yeah, just like they thought for sure Y2K was going to be it too. But yeah, I don't think it really falls under any of any ancient theory or ancient calendars or any of that stuff. There's all kinds of that stuff. I think it just falls under that civilizations go through a rotation, and we're just at that point in rotation where yeah, some people got greedy and some people got corrupt, and when you start compiling it all, it creates disaster. So I think that's why you've got like who's there, goofy little Zuckerman there. I think that's why he's building like a $2 billion bunker and stuff. I think I not only do I think that they know what's coming, but I think they know they're causing it. So that's why they're all preparing. Like all these billionaires building bunkers and everything. Not on accident. Don't rule out old school hand powered tools. Yeah, ground fog. I'm all about like bench chisels and a hand powered drill. I've looked into all that stuff, but yeah, it just gets more and more discouraging. Like every time I look into something, it's like, all right, I'll go get it's gone up 20 or $30. Oh, it's gone up $100. It's just kind of like, I think it's happening to everybody. It's up to like 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So don't let anybody fool you. It's like that many Americans living paycheck to paycheck. It's just not good. It used to be, it was like 30% and then 40%, 50%. Now it's up to like 80%. And you got people working 40, 50 hours a week that can't afford rent. They're living out of their car. What's that say about society? Yeah, John Deere moved some production to Mexico. That was jobs lost. They've been moving everything out of this country for decades. Like, what is it, since like the 1960s, 1970s, or no, it's later than that, 80s or 90s. They've moved out like 90,000 manufacturing facilities, like tens of millions of jobs. That's why places like Detroit are trashed. Like Berlin, New Hampshire, pretty much doesn't exist anymore because Canada came and wiped out the paper mill there. It was like the main source of income. That way, there, Canada could sell us more paper. So that's a kind of it's been going on for decades. Um, yeah, tiny homes are a thing. What's that tell you? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people aren't going to the rich neighborhoods looking for them big houses anymore. No, people are shopping for homes in the Home Depot parking lot. Um, Rugged Northeast, what's happening? Welcome back to the chat, my man. How you doing? Yeah, ground fog does a cordless hole puncher sound as a hand power tool. Yeah, Ghost. Yeah, you're absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely a hand power tool, man. Absolutely. Multi-purpose as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, middle class gutted, and they started hardcore on it with 2020. Yeah, more middle class businesses, small businesses, mom and pop shops. They were all going out of business. You know, hundreds of them, thousands of them every day. But you could go stand in line and duck step your way through the Walmart or a Target or any of those huge conglomerate box stores. So yeah, rather than having a few people in a small store having everything contained, it made more sense to throw tons of people into big stores. Yeah, how's little Fauci not in jail? Yeah. We're still in New Hampshire. Yeah, I'm right in central New Hampshire, right behind enemy lines. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, yeah, BNA, you're absolutely right. Though, yeah, it's completely all about the middle class getting gutted out completely, and yeah, man, it really is. The rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. Go figure. Never heard that story in little Fauci. Oh yeah, what a despicable little man he is, huh? The little Fauci ouchie and all that. Oh, nice, yeah, man. I have fairly fond memories of Lake Winnipesaukee. My father used to do some of the bass fishing tournaments there. So we were either stuck on the boat dealing with a bass fishing tournament, or we were left at the dock all day. So, yeah, been up to Lake Winnipesaukee a whole bunch. Motorcycle weekend up there for Laconia. In fact, if you know the area, we got the DAV house right on the main street a couple years. Good morning from this side of the ocean. Shelkles, good morning. How goes it? Yeah, we're getting to be that time, isn't it? Um, oh yeah. So what's everybody got planned for this weekend? Anything exciting or? Yeah, SC. I think if I remember, England, right? If I'm not mistaken, England or Scotland. I want to say England from like Hampshire Outdoors. I'll tell you that is one of the cool things I enjoy about YouTube and yeah, mostly YouTube. Yeah, you can talk to people from all over the world and hang out. That man, back in the day, this would have been a phone bill and a half if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I used to call England every once in a while in the '90s, and wow, yeah, that was expensive. Like yeah, 89, 90. I think yeah, like a 20, 30 minute phone call to England would cost like $50, which was pretty sizable. But yeah, well, yeah, I don't know if anybody's got any advice on how to redirect this channel, especially the guys I know, man. Shoot me a holler. Um, yeah, no, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. Like, hey, stop talking about stupid stuff, dumbass. I'm okay with that. Yeah, going great. Starting the morning at 95 degrees. Oh yeah, yeah. You're not in Europe. You're Australia, right? Yeah, I've got to sort out the Discord thing. I've got to. I've got to really figure out Discord. The problem I have with Discord is it tells you about everybody else's conversations at the same time. So even if you're not in a conversation, that thing is just really beeping, like beep 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 beep. Oh man, it drives me nuts. So yeah, I gotta figure it out. I'm going to El Paso in New Mexico Sunday for a month to build on over 1 million square feet of data warehouse. I don't like it, but money is money. Yeah, yeah, Ghost. I'm with you, man. We all gotta make a paycheck somehow. So yeah, yeah, I've been stuck there before too. Oh, I don't like this. I don't approve of it, but I gotta do it. And at the same time, you gotta pay the bills. No, so I guessed every place but the right one. Oh, yeah, that's goes to show you where my week has been. Yeah, it hasn't been a horrible week, but it hasn't been a yeah, it hasn't been a good week. I don't know, man. It's kind of like a week in purgatory. On the topic of redirection, I enjoy your channel as it is real topics for real people. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it real. I'm trying to keep on top of like current affairs and all that, but it has had an adverse effect on like the numbers of the channel, the output of the channel as well. It's like taking a serious hit. Like yeah, I thought I was gonna start 2026 rocking it, but yeah, it just hasn't worked out that way. So yeah, in fact, I even like yeah, hell yeah, we'll double down, man. I'll start posting some shorts and keep doing the lives and it seems like YouTube has me capped at this maximum number of views per day, whether it comes from shorts or lives or whatever. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's just been a rough week and I just gotta suck it up, Buttercup, and get over it. Yeah, actually, that's all. It hasn't been 1 week. It's been a solid like good 2 3 weeks where it's just done worse than good. If that makes sense. I got $200 in gift cards for Bass Pro Shop. That's my plan. Yeah, that is the plan. So yeah, it's I don't know if I got shadow banned or what the deal is, but yeah, like I said, last year at this time I was getting 20 30,000 views for a live. This year at this time I'm getting a few hundred. So something's got to give. Um, yeah, and I just don't have a lot to be presenting as new. So yeah, current events aren't exactly fun. They kind of suck. But yeah, I don't know. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're either like complacent for just wanting to ignore it, and then you can say, well, you didn't speak up about it. It's your fault. Or I don't know. And it just a lot of people just get angry over it. Which I guess in a way it's kind of cool because a lot of those people I'd just rather not talk to. Like if you're perfectly 110% okay with unregulated illegal immigration into the United States and them just defrauding us and doing stuff like that, then I don't know. I see you to be more the problem than somebody. I know. I just work on soil and concrete. I hate where AI is going. And don't get me started on these new 3D printed houses. Oh yeah, or the foam houses. Yeah, not even 3D printed. They're like foam houses. I've seen those. Yeah, they're just trying to let's make it as cheap as possible and sell it for the biggest price possible. I think. Yeah. Yeah, some channels I follow stops popping up in my feed. Has to be, well, yeah, and that's the other thing is they changed the algorithm around a bunch. There's a lot of people talking about that as well. Like now they're not pushing long form or lives. They're really pushing shorts. And so yeah, I guess you gotta play the game. I don't know. I thought like an Endura wall system was dumb. Wow, I'm dumb being I don't even know what that is. Is that those aluminum walls that kind of like clickety together or something? I don't even know what that is, man. Haven't got a clue. Yeah, phone with some plastic and rebar filled with concrete. No thanks. Yeah, I mean that might be cool for your little backyard bunker or something. I don't know. Yeah, I know that a lot of people are complaining new houses. They're just there's way too many mistakes that they're going up too fast, and they're just yeah. The I guess the majority of the houses being built now fit into the same category as the majority of vehicles being built now. People just aren't happy with them. Oh, speaking of everything you're going to subscribe to, I guess Tesla decided that your that auto driver used to pay like $8,000 up front, and you got the deal. You know, like now the car can drive itself. Like I'm not getting in it, but anyhow, now it's $99 a month. You got to subscribe to it, so that way they can just get if you drive the car for too many years, they want to get more than their 8 grand. Yeah, I wouldn't buy a house newer than '90s build. Yeah, that's what I hear a lot of people saying. Chaos. I mean, maybe I'm sure there's like everything. There's exceptions to the rule. Like there's got to be a good contractor out there that's got good crews. That, they're going to come in and do a quality job. But yeah, most of those rapid deployed developments and stuff, they're just going up with crazy amounts of mistakes. So if you know what CMU blocks are, they take the place of basically replacing the use. Uh, yeah, I have to fix some kitchen cabinets in a year-old house. Yeah, yeah, exactly. BNA. Yeah, the kitchen cabinets in a year-old house. I don't know unless she crazy and she be throwing dishes. Um, yeah, that would be the exception. But other than that, man, yeah, it shouldn't need to be fixed that quick. Yeah, I heard you had to pay monthly subscription to unlock full horsepower of their new EVs. Yeah, that sounds right too, Ground Flog. Like that's how they're getting everybody. Everything's a subscription now. They don't want you owning everything. Me, I'm going on strike. I'm still collecting DVDs. I don't care if so what if the interwebs go down? I'll just plug in the DVD player. Love that concept. Hate paying monthly for just and they turn the water up slowly. Like the old boiling a frog thing. Oh, but it's like, oh, you can get this streaming service for $2.99, and this one's only $1.99, and this one's only $1.99. But before you know it, you had like 10 or 12 or 15 subscriptions to these different streaming services, and then they all went up to like $3.99, then $4.99, then $8.99. Now they're like $15, and people are going, hold on, the whole point was it was cheaper than cable, but now you're spending more money than cable, and it's less reliable. Yeah, the cabinet is trash. The wall is trash. Whoever hung it was trash. Yeah, I refuse to drive a device. I want a machine. Yeah, yeah, and I don't want the whole GPS. And now they're talking about like kill switches in these cars, these high tech cars. They can just you can't drive your car anymore. Flip a switch and it just shuts down. You're screwed. Lucy, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Oh yeah, yeah. Everything's all about profit unless you're a dumbass like me. Then you're like too busy trying to throw people a good deal. But I think it's one of those. I think I'm going to reprice my fire starters. I think giving them a deal, like they're good, they work, no doubt about it. But I think when you give a deal, people are like, "Oh man, that's a dollar store deal. We want the quality stuff." So I think I'm gonna get one of those like silver paint sharpies. I'm gonna sign the back of a few of them and be like, all right, limited edition signature series, 49.95 a 10. Screw that $10 stuff. Um, yeah, yeah, 49.95 for one and 119.95 for two because it's limited edition. If you're gonna take that kind of material off the market, then you should pay extra for that. Um, you guys must have a great one. I'm off to work. Only next weekend is push weekend. Oh, right on, man. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you on the next one. P&A, that's one of the next things I was looking into getting into. After what? High heels. What chaos? No holster for you? I'm sick of not being able to find the holster that I like because I'm left-handed. That's chaos. You got to make your own, man. I'm left-handed as well. The struggle is real. Nobody cares except for us left-handies, left-handers. What do you call that? Just a lefty, man. Just be left. No, because then I sound like a crazy Kool-Aid haired person. Um, OnStar is surprisingly difficult to truly disconnect. The all-seeing eye, man. I'm waiting for them to put it on bicycles. Like it hasn't gone that far, but they have like the Garmin GPS cycling computers. I'm sure that's like keeping data. But I mean, as far as like they're gonna start dropping a chip in a bicycle or something. I think it's only a matter of time before we see that. But yeah, so I guess legitimately though, if you're running a Garmin cycling computer, they've got your all your GPS cookies. Yeah, well, you do. I don't. I don't carry the phone. I don't carry a phone with me. I treat it like I treat my phone like it's the 1980s. Um, in fact, I'm about to put a little super glue on the plug in the bottom, and it'll just be connected to a wall the way it should be. Yeah, yeah. I just leave it at home. I don't carry my cell phone. I don't like it. Yeah, yeah. It's. I don't carry it anywhere with me. To me, it's about like me personally. I respect the people I'm going out with. Like, if I invite somebody out to dinner, like, hey, let me buy you dinner or something. It's been a while, but yeah, if I invite you out for dinner, I'm gonna pick up the tab and you're gonna sit there on your cell phone the whole time. That's the last time it's gonna happen. It's the only time it's gonna happen. I let you know. I've had a couple of friends get upset with me because I'm like, hey, let me. They were having an off day. Let me buy you lunch. You know, we'll go to the diner you like, whatever it is. And yeah, you try buying somebody lunch so they can sit there with their face in the phone the whole time. Yeah, I don't do it. I don't. And if you're in with a group of people, then yeah, I'd rather talk to the people I'm in a group with than check my phone. I think it's rude. Yeah, when you're in the middle of talking to somebody, you know, like they do it such out of habit too. It's kind of ignorant, but they'll bust out their phone in the middle of a conversation and just start flipping through it. Like, dude, like what? Hey, man, if you got phone things, got like I'm out. See you later. Um, yeah, if you carry it around, bag it randomly so when you need to, it doesn't look as suspicious. Pro tip. Oh yeah, you're talking like a blocking bag or something, ground fog. Yeah, in fact, the only time I brought my phone out with me is when I'm trying to do like a little video thing for YouTube. KO Knife sent 100 for 2 jewels. KO, what's happening? Welcome to the chat. Peekaboo, peekaboo, I see you. Yeah, peekaboo boxing, man. Nobody's really done it right since Mike Tyson. Yeah, Faraday bags. Yeah, but like I said, I bring it out. I've brought it out a few times. Like if I'm gonna try to get some video for a short or whatever, YouTube or something. But other than that, yeah, I've even looked into it. Like I've looked for like they do the same thing. The GoPro has a GPS like stamp on it, like in the digital realm. Yeah, they get the whole date, time, GPS grid coordinates, all that stuff. I've actually looked for cameras that have zero GPS, so that way there I could do some stealth camping and they couldn't zero in on it and then come and give me a ticket 6 months later. Um, yeah, yeah, that's the whole thing. Did you hear about the Venezuela thing? Like they think they use some new tech weapon, some sonic stuff because all of a sudden people started getting like nosebleeds and sick to their stomach and pooping the shorts and stuff or whatever, however far it went. Did anybody else hear about that? Do the do. If it can send or receive any type of signal, it's vulnerable. Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. That's why I'm looking for a camera that doesn't send or receive a signal. It says like like an old school mini DV or something. But something more high tech, higher resolution. I'm sure nobody's really in a rush to watch that kind of grainy crap compared to the 8K they've got now. Yeah, apparently antenna tech is an interesting rabbit hole. Yeah, like harp. Yeah, man, there's some crazy stuff going on out there. No doubt about that. Yeah, I just got a small in cozy tour cell. Oh, a CRK knife. Is that what? Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah, I'm not a CRK guy. I had the Sabenza, but yeah, no, not a yeah. I don't know if anybody else is interested. Um, yeah, I lost all interest in CRK knives when they're like a 2 year waiting list, and then that bumped up to 4 years. I most recently heard. But yeah, there's not a knife on this planet worth we're sitting on my money for 4 years for. Anything specific you didn't like about it? Yeah, man, it was a new knife that just it had that new, like, it was tight. It didn't like kind of flick open, you know. And price point for craftsmanship and materials, it didn't really feel like a $525 knife. It was pretty. It's like it was cute. It was the Sabenza 31 Magna Cut with G yeah micarta inlays, black micarta inlays, and I just for $525, it just didn't seem like the craftsmanship was there. Materials kind of questionable. Yeah, Sabenzas do indeed have a break. Yeah, so like there was just nothing about it that I liked. It was kind of pretty, but pretty and non-functional. Kind of put it in the category of for $525, it was like it was the perfect knife for a man with a manicure. That's cute little fifth pocket, little office type thing, and they could whip it out to all their friends that have nothing to do with knives, and they could be like, "Oh, this is my CRK. It's a Chris Reeves knife," and they could just really lay into it and just sound so pompous about it. I guess I don't know. Um, soft hands. No, no, I don't. I don't have. I gave it. I gave it away. I gave it away to Papa Rhino. I said, "Have this thing, man. It's cursed. Bring it to the church. Get it blessed." True story. True story. Yeah, just not a fan of. I wanted to like their Green Beret knife and stuff. They got a couple of fixies I might be into, but yeah, just once again like a 2 to 4 weight, or you gotta yeah. I just rather get more bang for my buck. Which actually I shouldn't be talking, man. Now that I'm not parachute rigging anymore, man, my hands have gotten a little bit on the soft side, a little bit soft. Yeah, I gotta keep them going with the lotion, but yeah, I used to have callus. I used to have major calluses between my fingers because we would have to check line continuity, and we would divide the lines up between your fingers and walk them from the risers up to the parachute. So you're basically you're getting like rope burn in between your fingers like multiple times a day packing parachutes. So you quickly build up calluses. But now I've been out of it for a few years. I could get an office job and pass. Um, yeah, the wait period is only if you want one from them directly. You can buy them from dealers whenever. Um, yeah, they're hard to find. There's a lot of knockoffs floating around. I don't know. I'm just not a big CRK. Anybody who's telling me they gotta sit, it's gonna take years or months. Yeah, if I order it and you can't ship it, I'm not ordering it. Yeah, I'm looking for a good long Tonto that I can take the scales off and convert into an M-Log so I can attach it to my AR pistol. But I mean, yeah, they're knife. I think they kind of like work their way into a collector's category, if that makes sense. Like they just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them if that's your budget and that's like I just think it's a little bit too hyped up. Like yeah, there just becomes a point where the craftsmanship and the materials um, aren't matching up to the price tag. If that may, that's just where I feel with that one. I'm just not getting the best bang for my buck, and but hey, man, to each their own. Like if people want to do that, I mean, by all means. I mean, like yeah, some people might be like, oh yeah, 5 and a quarter for a Sabenza's no big deal, and I bet you somebody's gonna say like, but I could get 11.7 knives from China for the same amount of money, and I would have a knife for every month of the year from China. And it's like, all right, dude, rock out with your Chinese knives, and you got the CRK, and but I'll be hanging out over here with Phobos because that's kind of where I roll. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or the old surplus Nagasaki Cody, I couldn't walk. Um, Up knife. Why they aren't that valuable or rare? Oh, which? I lost track. Who's somebody's not valuable or rare. You're all valuable. You're all rare. You're all individuals. You're all one of a kind, and we value each and every one of you. Um, but I lost track of the knife conversation. Sorry, guys. I'm just like trying to figure out who's saying what to who. Paul Mills, what's happening? Welcome to the chat. It's been a minute, man. How are you doing this fine evening? Hopefully well. Neither of the blades I mentioned is rare or valuable. Oh, but everybody's rare and valuable. So I'm gonna try to save my end of the conversation with that one. Um, Paul Mills, you're like big time into nice. What's your opinion on CRK? We're just having a little conversation about CRK. I'm just curious. You're all super fucking special, that's for sure. And nobody's arguing with ground fog, so we're just gonna roll with that. Just as everybody's super special, but yeah, we're not gonna label anybody as fabulous in here. Um, oh, Paul, yeah, we're talking about CRK knives. Chris Reeve knives. Do you have any opinion, any experience with them? We're just like everybody get to speak. Yeah, I have both cheap and expensive knives. If someone wants to borrow one, guess which one? Yeah, Ole Hanson, that's what you do. That's my most viable purpose for super budget Chinese knives. Yeah, and what we're gonna chalk one up because just so everybody knows, I like CRK, I like American made companies. It's just that's just not particularly my brand. But yeah, well, hypothetically, right? You got a nice CRK Sabenza, the large one, because I think the small one is pretty feminine. So the large Sabenza, like Magna Cut, whatever, maybe you got some pearl like inlays. You got that in your right pocket, right? And but your buddy who's not a knife person is like, hey man, can I use a knife? You happen to notice he's trying to pry up some nails next to a window or something. That's where the super budget Dragon Country knife comes in. That's when you whip out that $30 budget banger and you're like, yeah, here you go, man, have at it. Like that's exactly what that knife is for. Not like I'm not gonna rely on it in a super duper YouTube survival situation. But yeah, if you're at the workplace and your non-knife friend wants to like borrow your knife, yeah, you're not busting out the CRK Sabenza. You're gonna give them the budget. Like that's what. Maybe that's why we have two pockets. You really only need one, I think. But yeah, two pockets. One for like the good knife that you know how to use, and you're gonna use to keep yourself happy in all your knife endeavors. and then that second piece of not so nice knife, and that's like, yeah, buddy, knock yourself out. Like, yeah, it's a pry bar, whatever you want it to be. Brown Sugar, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. It is good to see you. That's when you... Yeah, Cody, you had to give the best answer. That's when you whip out, yeah, the little pocket pry bar or something. You're right, you're right. But for storytelling BS purposes, we were kind of, just doing a little, like, oh, that's great. Like, I'm trying to. It's good to see you too. It's awesome. Yeah, hey, it's Friday night. We're still rocking. I don't even know what time it is. I lost track of the time. It's been a kind of like it's been a bumpy start to the new year, but hey, we're still here. We're still doing stuff. We're still you know, Cliff, what's happening? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. But yeah, that's yeah, I just got this in today, the silky nada. This'll cut your Sabenza in half. No, I don't know. I'm just joking. It might though. It's got some weight to it. The silky nada 240. I think yeah, we've talked about it a couple times, but I think this is gonna go to Burkles because it's a little bit too shiny. We'll have them Cerakote it, and then someday I'm gonna start building some custom Kydex. Been trying to work on that for a few weeks now, but it's gonna be a minute. Um, yeah, not a SK5 steel. How's that on like on a 1 to 10 BNA? How's that? How good of a steel is that? Would you say? Clint Daniels, welcome to the chat. Wow, we must have behaved for like 10 minutes. Did we actually come up in the in your feed, or how's that working out for everybody? I'm just curious. It's yeah, the algorithm has not been. I know they changed it up, and you got to figure it out and all that. But yeah, it's been a little crazy. Um, but hey, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, decent steel for an outdoor knife. Not stainless though; it's mediocre steel. Yeah, so hey, maybe throwing some Cerakote on there, getting some corrosion resistance, that might be a solid plan. I'm liking it more and more. And hey, for the price, like yeah, getting it on sale at like $58, that was a bargain. Like it was a tool I was heavily interested in. So yeah, instead of like $100, they were like 40% off, so like $60. Couldn't go wrong with that. Um yeah, Cold Steel SRK is made out of SK5, used by the SEAL teams and SWAT in my area. Nice. Did did I ever tell you the guy? Yeah, did I ever tell you guys the story? I was gonna be a Navy SEAL. Oh yeah, I had the whole thing planned out and everything, but I couldn't sign on with a good author, so they're like, no book deal, no SEAL deal. No, it's just bad joke. Yeah, the parachute knife. I also had I had a couple of those SOG seal knives back in the day. Broke every one of them. Wasn't impressed with those. Do not. Yeah, it was like the original SOG seal. Then they came out with the SOG seal Elite, or no, the SOG seal 2000, then the Elite. And I broke a few of them and gave a few of the they had the SOG seal pup as well. Um, that was yeah, that was some interesting stuff. Um, the SOG seal. I haven't even seen that one, Boondock. The SOG seal revolver. I haven't even seen that one yet. I kind of drifted away from SOG like man, good solid 15 years ago and changed. Like whenever I switch over to Spartan Blades, which I've got to talk to Curtis. It was when they were building their showroom in North Carolina, because I was jumping right by there. Yeah, Paraclete skydiving is like, I don't know, like it's only like 16 or 17 miles from Spartan Blades. So that's convenient, right? Like when your skydiving center is close to your knife store, that's a perk. But yeah, I started using Spartan Blades whenever the hell that was, like roughly 15 years ago or so. And then in 2019 is when I switched over to like Phobos knives, and I've been kind of rocking Phobos knives since then. I don't really see me changing that up anytime soon. Yeah, I won't buy SOG knives for myself. Pure. Yeah, man. I don't know if you guys saw, DBK Dutch Bushcraft knives, man. Mickey and Martin, those two ass clowns, man. Oh, they're always worth a laugh and a half, though. Great guys. But they were testing some SOG knives, and you could tell they didn't. It was messed up from the heat treatment. Like he took the thing in like a log, and just went thwack, like to set it in there to like "Oh, look, it's a knife holder." But when he pulled it out, like pieces of the edge like came out, like it was, you could break the edge with your fingers, and that was a SOG deal. I can't, the SOG Junglis or Jungle, I don't know, whatever it was. Um, yeah, KO, I need a Harsey folder too. Everybody needs a Harsey folder. You're spot on. Yeah. I like, in fact, one of my favorite folders, it's discontinued now though, was the Spartan Blades Palas. It was a button lock folder. That was sweet, man. I really enjoyed that knife, but I ended up selling it. That was during the cough. The great Chinese AIDS of 2020. Yeah, I ended up yeah, selling that knife. I sold a lot of cool stuff actually. But yeah, that was one of my all-time favorite folders. I would definitely get a Harsey, for sure. Yeah, I've had one for over 15 years, and she's been through hell. Well, that's the whole thing. Yeah, man. Maybe 15 years ago they were making better stuff. I don't know. The DBK video I'm talking about was in the last few months. But that tends to be the trend with everything, like we've talked about. Like Gerber used to make some outstanding stuff back in the day, but their qualities like went downhill drastically. Sog's another one. And we'll leave the knives alone. Dakine, who makes like they made like some extreme sports stuff like kite surfing, skateboarding, and mountain biking. Same thing. They used to make like a solid product, and then they sold out, and their product went straight down the pooper. And I'll verify their sewing stuff. Like I own their backpacks before, and I own their backpacks after, and I can tell you that like the materials went downhill, the quality of the sewing went downhill. Like everything about it was just, yeah, everything they could do to, but the price stayed the same. The quality dropped like just drastically. Yeah, everybody made better shit back in the day. Yeah, that's the truth, man. All the way around, and that's every industry, not just nice, but with automobiles and boats and motorcycles and bicycles and like if you can think of it, like a pair of jeans, Levi's don't last as long as they used to. In fact, it seems like they fall apart in the washer now. Probably I know it was 100 US dollar back then, and now the primitive is like 50. Yeah. Yeah, I think, and that's the cycle of a lot of companies is they build a great product, they build a solid name, and then it gets sold out to some big wig company who just, now it's no longer about the owner maintaining his reputation, like with Phobos knives, you're gonna get quality because Eric Hansen owns the company. He's the designer, he's the owner, and he cares about his name. So he's gonna continue to deliver quality. If you were to sell to like somebody else, whoever, they're gonna break it down to the bottom line, who they can cut out, and to increase profits. If they can save 10 cents per sheet of G10 or something, they're gonna do it. It's just it, it's a modern business model. It's kind of sad. Um, And there's people that are willing to pay top dollar for quality product, and they kind of prey on that. It's kind of like predatorial. Yeah, they'll come after people like us that want a quality product. We start buying their product. We tell our friends. We tell our neighbors. And then as soon as it's like, oh, that you got a great business, then they turn around, sell it out, and yeah, nickel and dime it till it's just garbage. Yeah, yeah, venture capitalism, exactly, Boondock. Yeah, has ruined a lot of brains in the outdoors industry in the last 15 years. Yeah. Yeah, like I remember, like there was a company, A5 aid climbing company. They make direct aid rock climbing, and they were making some top quality gear. And then they sold out to, like, I think I'm pretty sure it was a North Face. North Face bought out A5, and they started making like T-shirts and pants and the technical gear that you need, like portal edges and bolt hanging equipment and like quality harnesses and stuff that you needed for big wall climbing. They stopped making it. And then Mountain Hardwear was another one. Mountain Hardwear made awesome technical clothing. They got bought out by Columbia, so they just became another like second rate, like Snow Bunny Hill type thing. Like went from like hardcore technical, like performance clothing to Columbia, like the same stuff pretty much. I mean, some of they just shifted. I loved old school mountain. Exactly. Yeah, old school mountain hardware was the best. Until they saw, and this is just the cycle that goes through like companies. In fact, I lost it when they started doing it in skydiving. It's like, of all the places you shouldn't be like compromising on gear in skydiving, but they started trying to like group companies together for more buying power and more profit, and it's like, no, this isn't a game for that, guys. Yeah. Who bought EMS last year? Was it Columbia? Yeah, aiming for a similar market too. Yeah. Yeah, I still have one of their OG shells that I want to restore or have restored. Yeah, Cody, do it, man. In fact, if you're a Mountain Hardwear fan, I used to love. They had, it was, oh, what was the name of the jacket? It was a Mountain Hardwear Ethereal FTX parka. Like really designed for ice climbing. I was doing some ice climbing and stuff up in Bartlett, New Hampshire, and North Conway and stuff. Yeah, alpine climbing. Yeah, they made great stuff, but now it's kind of second rate. Yeah, I've always called EMS expensive mountain shit. Yeah, it kind of is, but if I mean, I don't know. If you're a flatlander, yeah, EMS is expensive trash. Um, they're kind of a little bit pricey though. And the other thing I didn't like about like EMS and REI is they have like a no information policy. So if you try to ask something about technical gear, they won't tell you because of liability reasons. Like you have to go in there 100% knowing what you're buying, or you're kind of stuck. You can't, like, don't go into an EMS and well, what's the difference between like the Black Diamond Camelots and Wild Country Friends, or like Hugh Banner quad cams? They'll be like, oh, we're not allowed to give information on that. So you got to know what you're going in there for. Yeah, that's like REI really expensive, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, they have great sales and a great reward program. I've gotten a load of great gear on the way cheap. $300 Osprey. Yeah, that's a deal, Boondock, for sure. Yeah, they do have, yeah, they've got some good deals, but like I said, you've got to know what you're shopping for in those stores. There's like, but if you went to like an old school outfitter, like oh, what was it in? There was a one really good one in Gorham, New Hampshire. Man, there was All Outdoors in Manchester, New Hampshire, right off of Elm Street. But yeah, you could go in there and get great information. Yeah. Yeah, REI is pricey. They do jack some of their prices, and they do it through like REI exclusives. Like they'll get a specific product that's already kind of popular, like a jet boil or something. I don't know if it's ever happened, but they'll get like the REI version. They'll have like a special koozie on the damn thing, and that'll be it. But they'll jack it up 20 or $30, so you got to be careful of that. But yeah, those places are actually famous for that stuff. But yeah, you can get good deals, and that's the perk to like the bigger companies, like REI or EMS, is when they're having a blowout clearance type sale. Yeah, you can get some stellar deals from those places. Yeah, I've gotten some good deals. I'm not gonna lie. And if you're friends with the managers and stuff like that, yeah, you can get some really good deal. Like, or if you work there, the employee discount, you can save money on gear as well. Um, but yeah, so there's pros and cons to everything. But overall, I'll take the old school outfitter that when you go in there, they know what you're looking for, they know what you like, they know what's in your budget, which is pretty much I'll spend all my money on climbing gear until I only have enough for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah, or maybe I'll go halfsies on that with somebody else and get a couple extra cams or something. But yeah, how are we doing here? Wow, we've been at this one for a while. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. We're actually yeah, we're about an hour and 40 minutes past the 2 hour mark. So yeah, I don't really care. I haven't done well at the 2 hour thing. So if I happen to go a couple minutes over and it becomes 3.5 hours or so, rather than 2 hours, and so be it, man. At least we're having conversation. We're having a good time. Um, Yeah, but hey, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, BNA, Boondock, Chaos Theory, everybody else that's been hanging out. Cody, everybody, yeah, thanks for hanging out. We definitely had a good time. Definitely had some laughs. I needed a good laugh. I want to thank everybody for that. We'll catch you on the next one. We'll definitely be back up Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Maybe earlier. We'll see what time we get the coffee brewed. Actually, I'm gonna do that coffee indoors thing again. How to make coffee indoors. It's gonna be monumental once again. Yeah, our friend Grumpy Grunt sent us a AeroPress, so we're gonna go ahead and get all super cool and make coffee indoors. But yeah, guys, if I don't see you between now and then, definitely have an awesome weekend. I'm sure I'll talk to most of you before then. Have an awesome evening. And I'll see you around. Neil McKenzie, thanks for hanging out. We definitely appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I said chaos, Olaf. But yeah, guys, hey, and stay alert out there. It's getting squirrely. We definitely we will catch you on the next one, guys. Good night, all.